Well, welcome everybody to our latest session of the Restoration of Cariele. As usual, we'll do a quick recap of what occurred last week, and then we'll get underway with tonight's session. So team, when we picked up last session, you guys were in the realm of Thoson. You were there with the intention of attending a wedding. This wedding is between two of the nobles in the land of Thoson. Essentially a great opportunity for you guys to meet some of the nearby regional, individual people of importance. And then also spend some time kind of learning, maybe developing relationships for an alliance, that sort of thing. So you guys have had some time here in Thoson already. You're essentially staying at this manor house that's on the outskirts of the capital city of Thoson, that is Sunderland. And so as we picked up last session, you guys were in the middle of the main hall of the manor house, and you guys were in the process of either dancing or, in Blixel's case, helping play some instruments with the band there. And then Celine was sort of against the wall, trying to blend in as a wall tree, as the joke was made, thanks to the wonderful attire that all of our counselors are wearing. We had the elven man slaving White Rain slide up to right behind Celine without her even noticing that he was there, and then essentially engaged her in some conversation, seemingly quite disappointed that she was more human in her outlook and maybe cultural background than elfish, and he seemed to wish that wasn't the case, but still was very pleasant to her, and then offered to take her to the dance floor, and she reluctantly agreed, worried that she perhaps was going to make a scene or just not do great, but overall still did pretty good. So with most of the team dancing on the dance floor, eventually we had Cerilia come face to face with Derek Thoson, who's the cousin of the Baroness of Thoson, ruler of Thoson, and he seemed to be interested in getting to know Cerilia a little bit better. I don't know that Cerilia had been told this yet or not, but Cerilia had been essentially offered up as a potential marriage partner the previous conversation the team had with Derek, and he had indicated that he was interested perhaps in forging a marriage, but his main concern is that he didn't want to have a woman who in public like took the lead and tried to tell him what to do and appear very much like strong and in charge. So the team kind of thought, well, maybe Cerilia wouldn't be great for him, but didn't necessarily tell him those exact details. So once he had an opportunity to be from across from Cerilia on the dance floor, he was very interested in her and began, doing this dance with her for a bit, and then eventually chatting with her after some of the change in music and change in dances. And he had indicated that there was something he had back at his own manor here in Thoson that he would love to show to Cerilia, and Cerilia reluctantly or maybe begrudgingly agreed to go along with him. And then as he escorted her further and further away from the manor house, maybe she started having some second thoughts like, whoa, how far are we going here? It turned out to be about a little bit more than a 5-minute walk away from the manor house to his manor. And then when he escorted Cerilia inside, Cerilia was able to see he obviously lives this sort of life of somewhat luxury. He had a well-appointed manor house. He had a few different servants inside. He quickly took her up to the top floor, which seemed to be his bedroom. And in the sideboard, in this glass-covered case with brass sort of on the edges, he showed her this very old looking map, and he opened the glass case and took it out and held it very carefully as though he was holding onto a grand treasure. And when he showed it to her, he explained to her that this was a map that was made back in the days of Michael Roll's time. So that is the last emperor of the Anwirian Empire. And so that's quite a few years ago. He explained that the map was said to be a magical map made by an individual that was either the friend or the consort of Michael Roll, and that he was very, interested in this map. He had always thought of it very much as a treasure, and he offered to allow Cerilia to take a look at it. Cerilia wasn't particularly interested in maps, but was just trying to show Derek that she had some interest in this, just trying to be polite for the most part. However, when she looked at the map very carefully, she suddenly realized after a moment that she was finding herself inside of the map. And so while she was inside of the map, looking around, trying to figure out what was going on, Derek made his way back to the manor house where the wedding's taking place, and he let the rest of our counselors know that please come with him right away because something had happened. And the counselors, sure enough, grabbed all of their adventuring gear and grabbed Serena's as well, and then followed Derek on that 5+ minute walk away from this manor house to his manor house, where on the way he sort of filled the group in on what exactly had happened, that poor Serena had gotten pulled into this map. And they asked him some questions, and he gave as much information as he could, which essentially boiled down to that there was a special treasure stored within the map. There was many different challenges that were in the map, and he had tried in the past to use the map himself and had never been successful. So he was surprised that Serena found herself inside the map. The rest of the team followed him to his manor, and one by one found themselves in the map as well. Before they went into the map, they essentially said, hey, why don't you come with us? He said it never worked for him. Why don't you guys go first, and then he'll take a look. You guys then pretty much probably assumed he wasn't coming. While inside of the map, Serena had heard some of this strange, almost like gurgling sound coming from the north. Once the team was there and fully dressed then in adventuring gear, there was some listening and checking out of the various doors in this large room, and eventually Serena made her way enough to the north that she encountered a couple of creatures there. One was large and this very weird, almost looked like a big stalactite with tentacles hanging off of it. The other was this rolling mass of mouths and teeth and just teeth within teeth, very disgusting creature. The team fought those creatures, and that battle took quite a while, primarily because the larger of the two creatures seemed to act very rapidly, aka legendary actions, some of which were invisibility, and another was the ability to teleport. So this was a very mobile battle, as the creature was kind of bouncing around in different places, grabbing onto some of the player characters and wounding them. During this battle, we had Celine break out a polymorph spell on Blixel, as Blixel was in a bad state, transforming him into a giant ape, whereupon he had quite a bit more health and was able to withstand some of the damage of the creature. Team continued fighting, eventually defeating both of the creatures, and then looked around to figure out where exactly to go next. Team opened the southeast door and kind of poked around that room a little bit, noticing some pillars in the room as well as some crates along the east wall. Not noticing any threats there, team kind of backed away, and then wanting to maximize the value of the polymorph spell, the giant ape was going to another door, try to open it. It was locked, and he was not able to break it open, shockingly, but then found another door in the northeast corner, smashed that door open, and the team immediately found themselves in another combat. From this other room, we had these other opponents launching poisoned arrows towards the giant ape, and some type of a spellcaster summoning spectral fangs against the giant ape as well. The giant ape suffered quite a bit of damage, but the rest of the team was able to take these opponents down using some well-placed fireballs in Celine's case, and kind of bashing ahead with most of the rest of the team. So after that battle was concluded, the team decided to take a short rest, dropping the polymorph spell, of course, and giving everybody an opportunity to recover a bit before deciding exactly where to go next. So team, that's my very quick recap of what occurred last week. Anything I missed that anybody would like to add?
Did you mention that Derek came in there with us? I don't remember.
I did not. Feel free to go ahead and
There
give
we
those
go.
details.
Yeah, so he pops in. He's like, "Oh, hey, what are you guys doing?" Oh, it's kind of not ridiculing, but kind of saying, "You guys are just running around willy-nilly or whatever." So he popped in. He said he would help, I guess. And we haven't discussed the terms, but we got 2 piles of gold too, as well.
Yes, go ahead and take inspiration for that, Gordon. Right, so Derek did indeed appear after the first battle, before the second battle. And when he did, he seemed just as shocked that he was able to get in as he was previously not being able to get in. He is a mage by training, as you guys know, and he said he would help with his magic, but he is limited by that very unfortunate curse known as humanitis and needs light sources to be able to see. Anybody else have something to add? Okay, hearing nothing. It looks like Gordon's offering up his inspiration that he just got. He's probably got 2 already. If anyone needs that, feel free to speak up. I think most of the team is pretty full on inspiration, but I have a feeling you guys are going to be using them today.
Yeah, I just saw my sheet. I said, yeah, knowing me, I'll be using them. So who knows?
All right, I'll give it to Blixel.
It's always a give it to Blixel kind of thing because Blixel tends to use them up a bit. So his dice are almost as bad as mine sometimes.
Alrighty, folks,
shit.
I've gone ahead and given out your card for the day as well. Feel free to review that and let me know if any questions. And with no further ado, let's get you guys right back into the thick of things.
Adam, I realized I forgot to roll my hit dice for the short rest last time before we stopped.
Yeah, I think you were still in ape form, but then once the short rest completes, it would fail. So as long as you're willing to say lead, you probably would have canceled early to allow Blixel to get the chance to short rest. Oh, I don't know. It sounds like a no to me.
No, I think we said that we did that, I thought.
Yeah, it's fine. You can take that. I was just messing with you. We will assume then the saline dropped the polymorph at the beginning of the short rest, which gave you that chance to do your own short rest, Blixel.
All right, and I also did do the Song of Rest I wrote there too, so I think only Serena also took HP, but I'll roll that for it.
Can you hear me?
All right. Yep. Yeah, now you're coming through, saline.
All right, we're back.
All right, so just doing a quick double check. I believe everybody took a short rest, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe Tabard did it.
I did not take one.
Saline, I think you did, though, right?
I did, yes, sir.
All right, go ahead and update your display when you get a moment, just so we know how many short rests each team member still has left. But yeah, we'll assume that short rest has completed. You guys are still inside this strange map. As a quick reminder, I mentioned this last time, but again, just to give you back up to speed and the help with the visual, since this is a very basic conceptual type map. So the walls here are masonry work. The floor is uneven. So as a reminder, it was explained to you that if you tried to move very quickly on these floors, there's always the chance that you could get tripped up on something. So far, that hasn't seemed to come into play, but just keep that in mind.
So, I know we used the ape to hit these doors, but up in this direction, that was the toughest fight. Do you think that this is the way we should be focused in the north?
The toughest fight is always the next fight.
But this guy had legendary actions. Maybe he's protecting something behind that door.
Yeah, I'm all for it. I think we just gotta go through a door.
I'm gonna heal myself a little bit more, and then I'm gonna use a new spell I've learned. So Blixel will cast Cure Wounds. I guess at second level on himself. Okay, that's good. And then he grabs his mocking blade, and he sort of holds it in his hand, and you see him start like casting a spell at the sword, and then suddenly a bunch of copies of the sword appear and begin circling around him.
Whoa, that's a new trick.
Nice. It sounds fitting too.
Cool.
All right,
How long
I'm
does that
ready.
last?
It says an hour.
I get an hour.
Yeah, I think we could find problems within an hour. I think we're good at that.
Did we try to open this door? I don't remember.
I don't think so.
Serena listened at it and heard the sound of tentacles against the other side, or somewhere on the other side. So there's certainly something over there that's going to be unpleasant.
You guys tracking what I'm thinking, right? Like, this was a legendary monster. Maybe this is where we should be going. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Or it was just protecting his babies.
I think all the doors look the same except for that stone one we couldn't get through, so
Blixel, go ahead and roll me a d4 to see how many illusory copies of your weapon appear. 2. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and add a... let's see, I might even have a sword little token marker. I do. I'm going to put this at a 2 on you.
All right. Should I open it?
Yeah. I hate to lead everyone, but that's my thought. Hey, Derek, where you going? We're going over here, bud. Can you see okay?
I'm relying on your light.
I actually don't have a light anymore, so can you cast light spell?
He looks through his inventory and he says, I have something here.
But as long as you can still cast spells, because I can light something up on you if that helps.
Well, as I was saying before, usually light on the front person's best so that, like, when they're in the battle, I can see at distance, right? I don't have to just have it on me.
All right, I'll do the throw the dagger thing that I did earlier then.
Why not just cast it on Serena's weapon or Blixel's weapon or
Well,
something?
yeah, you know how that can be.
So doing a quick double check, somebody's definitely giving off light at the moment. Yeah, it's you, Gordon. Right now, you are giving off 20/20. So you're not having a light out right now?
No, I'm not because of the goggles of night.
Well, we did it earlier because of the mage complained, right?
Yeah, I did earlier, and we had a rest though.
Okay, so is it your intention to that you did not refresh that light spell? Is what I'm asking.
No, I thought I snuffed it.
All right, so we're going to cancel that light. Okay, and then you will see he is going to pull out a torch. And
That's great.
he will light the torch up.
Can you still cast spells? You need the extra hand?
Oh, I don't use a shield or anything, so I'm okay.
All right, good to go. We're gonna try to go through this door. This is where the toughest battle we had. Kind of a legendary monster, so we're gonna head over here. All right, boys, we're ready. Oh, sorry, and girls.
All right. I'm going to make sure the door's not trapped.
Okay, give me a blind check. The door is not trapped, Blixel.
I check to see if it's locked.
Go ahead and try to open it.
No, it is locked. Oops, sorry. I did not mean to do blind check. It's locked. Should I just open it? Does anyone have a lock pick or a key?
I can't defeat locked doors. So yes, we're going through that door though.
All right, this is gonna make a big noise. Just heads up.
All right, plug my ears.
Okay, Blixel. Just make sure it's not concentration. Okay, he casts knock.
Okay, you cast knock on the door, which is unlocked suddenly.
All right. Oh, yoo-hoo, tentacle, we're here.
Okay, as you reach forward and touch the door, Blixel, unfortunately it was trapped, and your check was not high enough to find the trap. So I will need both you and Serena, who is nearby, to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Can I spend a hero point on that?
You can. Okay, Serena succeeds.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to use an inspiration.
Okay, yeah, feel free to burn inspiration.
Oh, boy.
All right, it gives you a 9. Anything else you're doing?
No, I spent it.
All right, please roll me a 1d61.
That is so random.
Oddly specific.
Okay, let me see how bad off you are here, Blixel. So what you're going to notice is as you reach your hand out, there is actually a little crystal on the door. This is a teleporter crystal that teleports you to a random room in the dungeon. You just rolled 51, so that is going to put you into room 51. So just, you are in a whole lot of trouble. I will just say that. Okay, let's see how this
Oh
goes.
boy.
There's 61 rooms of this dungeon.
That's what I was thinking.
All
Does
right,
anyone have a card that they could use?
Blixel, please roll me a d4 now. All right, you are going to appear in the first square. As you do so, you find yourself in a totally different place, Blixel. I'm going to lock the tokens. As you appear in this totally different place, you are going to notice in some horror as you are next to what appears to be a very large creature standing about the size of an ogre with many face tentacles coming off of it. Right close to you is a smaller version of that creature, and you happen to notice that there is a wooden portcullis just next to you, meaning you can see through it, but you notice this other room you can see into through the portcullis appears to be flooded.
Okay.
As
Are
you
there
appear,
stairs?
there are no stairs. As you appear, I'm going to go ahead and roll initiative. Okay, unfortunately,
Oh, no.
Blixel, you have lost initiative. All right, the first creature to act. You have your couple of swords up. It is quite surprised that you have just suddenly appeared here. As you appear here, it is going to look in your direction, and then you're going to feel this kind of strange sensation, and I will need you to give me a wisdom saving throw. Okay, you succeed as you feel this intense pressure on your head, but you shake it off. Okay, next up is this creature's turn. Okay, and it also looks a bit surprised to see that you are there. It is going to move up next to you. And it is going to try to reach out with its face tentacles and grab you. Defense roll, please. You managed to evade that strike. Blixel, it is your turn.
Okay. I don't know what to do.
There's
Um,
one spell that would save your ass right now. And I think it's on your list.
Boy,
You don't have Dimension Door?
no.
That's what I was just thinking.
Damn it.
Maybe Misty Step to at least perhaps get you through the portcullis.
I don't have Misty Step. So I am going to attack the Mind Flayer right in front of me, the small one.
Okay.
And I'm going to use a third level smite on this.
Okay. Yeah, that'll certainly connect.
And I am going to make this a mobile flourish.
Mobile flourish, okay. All right, so you deal 8 points of damage to the creature.
Okay, and then 6 more from the flourish, and then it's going to be what, 3d8 for the smite.
You said level 3, so that would be 4d8. Okay, yeah, you strike, bursting some damage into him, wounding him for sure.
Okay. So I'm gonna, for the mobile flourish, I'm gonna push it back.
All right, go ahead and post that for me. Is there any kind of check, or does that just automatically work?
I push it 5 feet back.
Okay, you do indeed.
And then I'm gonna move up. Boom, here. Go to here. And then take my extra attack.
Same target?
Yes.
Okay.
I guess I'll do a second level smite in this one.
Okay.
I'm gonna use a hero point on that too.
Okay. All right, a 17 will hit. And second level would be 3d8. All right, you've hit him a second time, wounding him. He's looking pretty wounded at this point.
Okay, and then so bonus action, since I hit him with the mocking blade, I'm gonna do the vicious mockery.
Okay. All right, spell effect roll, please. That will not affect him.
Okay. I guess that's the end of my turn.
Okay. This one's turn. It is going to try to hit you with its tentacles. I'll need a defense roll, please. That is going to hit.
All right.
And it hits you by more than 3. So that means your sword, I think, does nothing, right?
It'll half the damage.
Half the damage, okay? All right, it's going to do 20 points of psychic damage, and I need you to make an intelligence saving throw. That is going to be a failure.
Could I spend a hero point on that?
You can if you're willing to burn your reaction.
Oh, actually, I don't have any more hero points. Sorry, I can't do that.
Okay, if you
I mean, I'm not gonna do much better than that. So yeah, that's it.
Okay, so with that, you are stunned.
That's not good.
It is not. So that turn ends.
Now remember, guys, if we die in this, we don't die in real life. That's what the thing told us, at least.
Yeah, the faceless, formless shadow person who told us they're a ghost. If you believe him.
Could you at least try to take one of them out so when we get to room 51, there's less?
It sounds like he almost got one.
As you are currently stunned, attacks against you do have advantage. So the smaller one is going to attack you with its tentacles. So defense roll at disadvantage, Blixel. Okay, that is going to hit. That's going to deal 15 points of psychic damage. And I would need... let's see. Actually, don't bother making that one because that's just another stun, so you can't be double stunned.
All right, so that'll burst that last
Sword. Okay.
sword thing.
All right, so I'll remove the sword icon from you.
Oops. I just hit the wrong button. Oh, no.
Which one did you hit?
Instead of -7, I went to -7.
Oh, okay. So I think you took half of both the times you were hit, right?
Yeah.
So I see 10 on the first one and then 7 on the next one. So it should have been 17. So you should have, what is that, 44 left?
I started with 59, so 17, so 42.
Oh, okay. There you go. All right, so go ahead and set yourself to that. Okay, so now you are grappled by both of the creatures and you are stunned. And unfortunately, the stun doesn't end on your turn, nor do you get a chance to just shake it off. So stun, let me just quickly double check. Okay, so stunned is incapacitated, which means you basically can't do anything. You can't move and can speak only falteringly, automatically fail strength and dex saves. So I think incapacitated just means you're like out of luck. Yeah, can't take actions or reactions, and you can't move. So basically that's just a skip turn. And because it doesn't end until they let you go, right? Like, you know, one-on-one, these guys are super deadly. Just for the purposes of illustrating to you what's going to happen, you would get attacked by this one, who would use its ability called Extract Brain to try to pull your brain out. That would be a defense roll at disadvantage for you. Okay, an 8 would be a failure, so it's going to hit you.
I'll spend my inspiration.
All right, feel free to reroll it, yeah.
Oh, boy. All right,
Yeah.
it's meant to be, I guess, guys.
It is
Goodbye.
indeed. So that would be 52 points of damage, putting you to 0, but essentially, because it extracts your brain, target reduced to 0 HP, the creature extracts and devours your brain. So this is a very terrifying experience for you, Blixel, but as you blink your eyes, you realize you are currently in Derek's manor house, and you are looking at this map that is seemingly carelessly has been dropped to the ground. All right, because that was very much unexpected, Blixel, how would you like to control Derek for the rest of this mini-map adventure?
Sure.
All right, let me go ahead and give you access to a Derek sheet.
There's 61 rooms, guys.
Yeah.
And only 2 stairs.
I might be controlling Derek for a few sessions.
If you can keep him alive, but yeah, you never know, right? Okay, so you should have access to his sheet now. He is classed as a battle mage. You will see that if you look in, it's actually under the enemies folder. You will see that now, but he is classified as a battle mage. So you should be able to see his sheet. Just got to see if I need to change anything on this to make it more player friendly. I don't think so. I think you'll see his attack. He's got a thing called cantrip attack where I just kind of lumped all the cantrips together to make it easier. You can see his spells. They work as you would expect. Other than that... Oh, and he currently has mage armor on, so that is his AC with mage armor. Okay, so you should be able to move him around at this point. He's got the torch icon out because he's currently holding a torch. Okay, guys. Well, as that happens very quickly and you notice Blixel vanish before your eyes, he does not come back.
Well, that's not good.
Blixel's gone, guys.
Hey, Blixel, did you cast invisibility or something? We can't see you.
It's very quiet.
Seems as though your friend is gone.
So,
oh, right. I got to give you your motivation real quick here for Derek. All right. So Derek's really interested in Serena and trying to make sure he really butters her up as much as he can. I know that's going to be hard for you playing this character, but just give that a shot.
good luck. So Blixel touching the door, did that open the door so that we don't need to touch it to go through it?
That is correct. Yes, he did open the door, and as he opened it is when you saw him vanish. So you can think of it as like he kind of throws the door open, and as it's swinging open, he's gone.
Well, if you guys want to try touching this door, maybe you can go wherever he went.
All right, and as you enter the room here, Serena, I'm going to go ahead and lock tokens. If you recall, you previously heard the sound of weird tentacles somewhere in this room. And sure enough, you realize now this odd tentacled creature is just above your head.
Oh, good. We don't have to look for the thing.
Dang it.
Okay, this is a huge circular ball with tentacles floating off of it. Each of those tentacles seems to end in a suckered and toothed maw. All right, I'm going to go ahead and throw us into initiative here. Okay, look at that. Derek is the first to act. Let me go ahead and unlock tokens for you guys. And yeah, feel free to take it away, Derek.
Our friend is hovering above my head.
Okay, so Derek, wanting to impress Serena, will rush forward, torch in hand, and catch a glimpse of that creature. And he will cast Shatter.
Okay, feel free to use Smart AoE for that.
I can't see where it would.
Yeah, it's kind of a faint white outline. I think that's what they try to do with thunder damage. So let's see. I can tell you from there, that's going to hit the creature and not hit Serena.
All right, that's what I'm gonna do there.
Okay, so as that explodes, the creature does succeed in the save, will suffer 5 points of damage and not get knocked backwards.
You stay away from her, monster. All right, that's the end of his turn.
Okay, Tabard.
How high is the creature up?
It is, from where you can see right now, you can see its tentacles. I will say that.
Does it look like it's too high for me to reach, though?
From where you're at right now, you can't tell.
All right, I'm going to just take the dodge action. I'm not going to use patient defense right now.
Okay. All right, as you move into the room, you can see that it is floating 5 feet above Serena's head, and its tentacles are draped down basically on top of her hair.
All right, so that was my, yep, that's actually what I will do is I went 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm going to come out of I'm going to keep on going. And I'm going to go ahead and stop right there. My turn.
Okay, yeah, that works. And Gordon.
Okay, I'm I'm gonna show you this in chat. I think I might pop this. We'll see. Oh wait, not the Channel Divinity one. Where's the one? Yeah, this one. Sorry, Hand of Destiny.
Yeah, I
doesn't
think we built
say-
that in for you as I'm trying to remember. I know we built that in for you. Did we make a rollable thing for you on that?
I have it in here, but it's not. It doesn't say I have to see anyone. Just anyone within 30 feet. So that's
No,
what
it's
I
a
wanna clarify.
30-foot radius centered on you. So anything within that 30 feet would be affected.
All right, I'm gonna send it. Why not? Give us a chance. You're telling me there's a chance.
All right, so you've used the Hand of Destiny, and you got Spectacular Ricochet. So until the start of your next turn, if an ally misses their first attack, they may re-roll the attack against another target. Unfortunately, that's not going to help you too much here.
What if we start attacking our own allies?
Then it would help a lot.
Wow. All right. Well, fate's against us, boys and girls. That's my action. I'm going to kick back here and then end my turn. I thought that might help. Oh well.
That's the Hand of Destiny. You never know what it's going to give you, right? All right, Saline.
All right, we're moving. 5, 10, 15, 20. Can I see enough of the token to attack it?
Sure, if it's like an attack roll, it's going to have significant cover.
Well, I don't really want to run in there.
That
So
sounds
I
just like
guess-
Saline she'd run in there.
We will attempt magic missile then, just first level.
Okay.
Cover.
Okay, so yeah, your bolts of magical energy strike into the creature for 15 points of force damage.
And I've got 10 more feet, so we're gonna come back here and look around, see if I can spot any sign of Blixel. But probably not gonna happen.
Nothing obvious. Serena, you find yourself suddenly assaulted by this creature as it reaches out 3 different suckered tentacles trying to grab to you. So we'll do these in order. First one, defense roll, please. You will be hit.
What?
Yes, you're going to take 12 piercing damage, and now you are grappled and restrained. All right, so you can no longer move. All right, so you notice as the first tentacle wraps you up, the other 2 tentacles are going to reach all the way over to Tabard and try to grab onto him. Tabard, 2 defense rolls at advantage, please. You will dodge that one. And you will dodge that one. Okay, Serena, your turn. You're currently grappled and restrained.
I was about to look up restrained. Does that mean I can swing or no?
You can, but you'll have disadvantage on your attacks.
I'm gonna rage.
All right. Okay, you got magic infuses. 1 weapon of your choice you're holding. I'm assuming that's going to be Shipwrecker, and it changes to force damage, gains the light and thrown properties. Oh, okay. Yep, there you go.
Okay. Really could have used that teleportation one, but okay. I will swing recklessly.
Okay, activating reckless attacking. That means you will be rolling straight up. A 22 will hit. Okay, so you notice as Shipwrecker comes in, it's like the point of the pick of Shipwrecker. As it gets close to the creature's body to actually pierce into it, you see that piercing head of the weapon suddenly changes and like strikes with force instead. So that will be 15 points of damage.
All right, I'll try it again. And recklessly as well.
Yep, once you declare reckless, your all attacks are reckless for that turn.
Nice.
That one will hit as well.
So I think I popped out my character sheet and it's not communicating with the map. So when I hit damage, it's not adding the +2 rage. Oh, it did
Yeah,
that
there it
time.
goes. Okay, that is going to strike. Similarly, you notice that head change to force and bash into the creature.
And I suppose it would be an action to attempt to escape its.
It is indeed, yes.
So I will save that for next time.
Okay, I'm at top of the round with Derek.
Okay. Derek didn't get much from that last thing, so he's just going to go for the guaranteed damage. And he's going to cast Magic Missile.
All right, 3 magic missiles flash over to the creature, striking into it.
On the hand, well, no, you've got this. I believe in you. That's the end of his turn.
Okay, Tabard.
And you said it's within hammer reaching, right?
It is, yeah.
All right, so I'm going to use my key point now. Come over to the creature, and I'm going to smack it.
All right, you're attacking at advantage because you did patient defense, so that will hit.
Yeah, I saw red and I wasn't too happy with that, but yeah.
You wallop the creature hard.
All right, I'd like to go ahead and move it 5 feet.
That was your crusher feat, right? Is there any stipulations on that? You just have to hit?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and I just have to hit. It's a really simple feat.
And are you just wanting to move it west?
Yeah, I figure I'm sure Serena may go with. I don't know how that works, but at least a little bit away from the doorway, so my friends can see it a little bit better.
Serena stays where she is. It looks like the tentacles are quite long, so they don't pull her quite yet.
All right, I'm just going to walk over here just to do it. And then I'm going to go ahead and smack it again. And actually, Adam, I'm going to go ahead and could you take a look at my card and I'll use it. I just want to make sure I understand it. Is it before I make an attack or is it before the damage is rolled?
Before the damage is rolled.
Okay, I'll go ahead and hold off then.
21 will hit as well.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and use that card.
All right, go ahead and spend it over into the play area.
I was going to wait to see if we get a crit, but I think we need it now just in case.
The vulnerability jinx. So the creature suffers vulnerability to the triggering damage type on the attack. So go ahead and post your damage, and essentially he will get double damage. Okay, 28 damage as you wallop him.
Yeah, that's not a bad roll either. So okay, that'll end my turn.
Wait, actually, can I use my card?
Depending.
What?
Let me take a peek at yours.
He hits a creature.
Yeah, you could. It's not going to double it at this point. But yes, you can spend that to do the increased damage.
Sure, let's do it.
Okay, that's the damage boon. All right, so you guys currently are proficiency bonus 3, so you can roll an extra 3d6 for the damage.
Look, so your card. Go ahead and roll for me.
Oof. 8 more.
All right, we'll go ahead and take off the additional 8.
Hey, nothing wrong with that, brother. Thanks.
Okay, Gordon.
I'm gonna move here. See the creature. I'm sending Toll the Dead his way.
That'll be a critical.
Nice.
Go ahead and throw a
Oh,
necrotic
blood.
crit, Gordon.
Good job.
All right, here we go. Where'd I put it?
All right, true crit. Go ahead and post that damage, and then you'll probably have to roll the second time.
We don't have it built in, so I have to check. 2d12s, right?
Yes.
2d12s and 1d8 for my blessed strike.
Okay, so yeah, that's going to be 4d12 and 2d8 then. 36 points of damage. Yes, the creature is looking very bad off.
Okay. Hey, you guys are doing great in there.
Baleen?
I don't want it to get another turn, so perhaps it's ill-advised to spend more spell slots, but it is what it is. It might have something real bad for Serena when it gets its turn. So we're just gonna do this, and
Hey,
I'm
I
feeling brave.
understand,
I'm gonna do
man.
it at first level.
It is indeed enough. It only had 4 HP left, so 12 damage is going to take it out. But it's going to be its turn next, so you never know. Anything else on your turn, Saline?
Nope, we're good.
All right, Saline, then go ahead and throw me a d20. Yes, that is the creature Dunzo. All right, we're out of combat there, folks.
Where's the
I wonder
gold?
if Blixel is having a good time.
Ooh, thank you, Celine. That was a close one.
Well, some others did a bit more than I did, but yeah.
You stole my XP.
Where's the gold? Look around. I'm looking around. Where's the pile of gold?
I think this one here is just a pet. Probably got
Maybe
locked
it's in
out of
this
the
room.
room from the other ones.
And as you're pondering, you notice the creature vanishes. And then, sure enough, a smaller pile of coins appears in the center.
Ah, payday.
Nice.
Room 2, guys, of 61.
Nice.
3. We did the
No, that it says
guarantee
room,
as well.
it says room number 2. So
Where does it say that?
In the handout.
Oh, I see.
I stick my head in this doorway and go, Blixel, where are you?
Just like him to run off.
Do you think he got teleported back to my house?
I don't know. Is that how this works? Maybe we should all touch the door then.
Seems like an unsafe assumption.
Let's just keep going. He'll show up.
probably found a girl somewhere. You know how he is.
They're probably getting a little handsy.
Yeah.
I doubt there are any attractive women in this dungeon.
Well, I don't know if that
Besides
matters.
Serena, of course.
I don't think it matters. It's all about willingness and enthusiasm to Blixel.
There's some truth to that, right?
He's just a happy to get along type of guy, I suppose.
What does this look like, Adam? Any change in the walls or floors?
No, you still see that masonry walls and uneven flooring here.
What's
Not
the
a
ceiling?
surprise
I'm
of the
gonna.
door.
Ceiling's fairly
gonna look-
short. You're looking at about 10 feet high.
Okay. Anything up there? No.
Similar construction as the walls. Nothing obvious. If you wish to spend time searching around, you can.
Yeah, I want to look in the ceiling because that guy was on the ceiling.
Sure, yeah, give me a blind check as you spend about a minute or so looking around in this vicinity. No, you don't see anything out of the ordinary, just a very uniform ceiling.
Okay.
Did I find a dead end?
You found yourself at like a T intersection, but yeah, both of the ends of the T seem to be dead ends.
Peculiar.
I'm gonna search over here, see if I can find like a hidden door. It's just odd.
Okay, blind check, Tabard. No, no hidden doors. All right, Serena, as you get to there, you notice a simple wooden door to your west.
Well, don't worry, I'll pop this one open instead, okay?
Oh.
Where's she gonna teleport?
Adam, I'm gonna go ahead and tap this one here with my warhammer. See if I can find any hidden doors over here.
All right, blind check there as well. Serena, as you try to open that door, you realize it is locked. No hidden doors there either, Tabard.
I'm sure those are lies, Adam, and there are hidden doors. Just my rolls are just what they are.
I mean, the monk that's not necessarily built for investigation, I don't know.
Always possible. Who knows?
That's a wooden door, right? Can you bash it in?
Yeah, I was looking for the description of shipwrecker. Oh, yeah, there it is. Oh, okay. Drop anchor. I knew there was something it could do. Okay. Can I try bashing in the door?
You can. Go ahead and throw me a blind check here, Serena, as you try to bash the door in. You do indeed smash into the door, and it flings off its closed area there and wide open. As you peer into this room, you can see the floor is covered with mud.
Ooh, this one's dirty.
Let's go.
Can I pull out a javelin and stab the mud to see if it seems normal?
You can. Throw me a blind check as you start poking around with your javelin to see if there's anything in the mud out of the ordinary. Doesn't seem to be. It just looks like regular mud.
How deep is it, Serena? Does the javelin go all the way in?
Goes
Or is this something you
about
can walk-
6 inches.
Deep enough.
Dang, that's a lot of mud. Well, I'll put 1 foot in.
And then do you take it out?
Shake it all
Yeah.
up, perhaps?
Yeah, it just looks like mud. No issue.
I want to make sure it's not like quicksand or something.
It doesn't seem to be, no.
I can't move my token without opening and closing the door.
Oh, yeah, this door. Unfortunately, it's a little bit... I'll just go ahead and move this door since it's bashed open anyhow.
Adam, I'm going to pull out my quarterstaff and, in front of me, even though. So I've got one hand, I've got my quarterstaff, and the other hand, I've got my warhammer.
Okay.
Just tapping as well, just in case Serena doesn't trigger whatever it is she may trigger.
Is this a window?
That is another portcullis. As you look that way, it looks to be wooden.
To be fair, it's the first portcullis we've seen.
That is true.
Well, this is weird. There haven't been any windows.
How high is the ceiling in this room, Adam?
About 15 feet.
I'm gonna look up at the ceiling because that got me a little worried about ceiling attacks.
Okay,
Do
yeah,
that.
blind check as you scan around the ceiling for anything out of the ordinary. Nothing out of the ordinary.
You think we can lift this somehow?
There's usually a mechanism by which to raise a portcullis, like a crank or a lever or something.
Is that a fountain on the other side?
It is a fountain.
This is a small room, boys.
Does the mud seem to extend on the other side of this thing?
It does not. It seems to end exactly where the portcullis begins.
This is weird, guys. I don't like this room.
Adam, can you describe what that looks like?
That is a fountain. So it looks like a stone basin with water in it, and then there's like a little statue on top of it, and it is sprouting out water. See if I can give you maybe... that might help a little bit of a zoomy.
Hey, Adam, I'd like to figure out how this floor got muddy. If it's natural or otherwise.
Okay. Can you give me an
like,
idea of
looking
how
for
you're...
leaks? Yeah, like
Okay,
if it's,
okay.
I mean, it's water, obviously. So am I seeing water from the ceiling, from the walls, or through the portcullis?
Give me a blind check. Okay, as you're kind of walking around this area, Gordon, you feel like something under your foot in the center square of the room. You kind of hit it. It feels a little bit more solid underneath the mud.
Oh. There's like a solid thing underneath the center square there. Can you open a portcullis, or maybe this is how you open it?
It could be like a pressure plate or something, maybe. If you step on it, or it could be a trapped object that when you step on it, you fall to your death, or drown in mud or something. You know,
50-50.
All the options.
flip a coin.
Yeah. Serena, is the door unlocked? Can you open it?
So it's not a door, it's a portcullis. So basically what you could think of that as is bars that are from in a downward position. So they end in kind of like a horizontal bracket, you might say. It is possible, you guys would just know this being somewhat familiar with portcullises, that if you can get your hands underneath it and then pull it upwards, you might be able to open it that way. Otherwise, much like Celine said, oftentimes when portcullises are intentionally designed, there would be a lever or something to actually open them.
I'm still refreshing, but could I go over and try to get a handhold somewhere and see if I can pull up?
You sure could, yeah. So if you want to step in front of it and then you're going to try to put your hands underneath and lift the portcullis, once you refresh, just go ahead and throw me a blind check.
And I would like to give the help action since I'm athletically adept as well.
Okay, yeah, you guys would both be able to fit in that square and do your best to try to help each other and lift the portcullis.
Sorry, my computer's struggling.
I think you rolled a
Struggle,
29. Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, this is gonna take a minute.
All right, how about we have Tabard throw this roll? We'll give him advantage. We'll essentially just switch it around and have Serena give the help action to Tabard.
Love that.
No pressure, Tabard.
Hey, I tell you what.
Okay, yes, between the two of you, you do indeed manage to lift the portcullis. So keep in mind, you're holding this up. It wants to come back down, but you're holding it up at the moment.
Everyone run through, quick.
Okay.
Well, I'll hold it for as long as I can so that they can explore the next room and determine if we need to turn back.
Okay, so you're going to stay there holding it open. Got it.
I couldn't move, but I'll just move.
Yeah, I would probably recommend when you're moving through those doorways, just use the arrow keys and try instead of trying to click because the size of those. All right, as you enter this room, you notice there's the fountain in the southeast corner, and you also notice that there is a pile of bones on the west door. It looks like an altar with a pile of bones on top of it. And then lastly, on the east wall, you can see some writing scribbled here. It says, "Beware the Utherid."
Celine, what's an Utherid?
What's an Utherid?
Let's see. Based on that check, you do not know, Saline.
Probably something real bad. But it's a dead end in there, right?
Yeah, if we're stuck in here, it's gonna close behind us. And if the Utherid is something we truly should beware of, then we can't run.
Can this can Derek make a check?
To see if he knows what the Utherid is?
Yeah.
Yes. Click on him and do blind check. I think that will work for NPCs.
With advantage, because he's trying to impress Serena.
Yeah, actually, you actually do know what an Utherid is.
Oh, rub it in! Come on.
You just barely made the check, so I can give you either one of its abilities, I can give you one of its attacks, I can give you one of its senses, or I can give you its hit points.
Let's do one of its abilities.
Okay, so the basic information you know is that an Utherid is of kind of an advanced form of a mind flayer. It's larger than a mind flayer, and you might
I knew it was that thing.
Yeah, I thought you might. And you said one of its abilities. Okay, so it has spellcasting psionically. It can cast Dominate Monster, Feeble Mind, Mass Suggestion, Plane Shift, Scrying, Telekinesis, and Project Image once a day each is the part of that I'll tell you.
Yeah, we need to be aware of this thing.
Yeah, let's hope none of us do run into the Lutherid.
Yeah,
They
that would be
are
really bad
very
for me.
nasty. Yes. Even if this is not a fatal place, it would still scar you mentally for years to deal with one of those things.
Oh man, this is feeling so heavy. Tavern, are you helping or hold it up?
Yeah, I got party members on both sides, so yeah.
All right, both of you guys give me a Constitution saving throw. This DC is only a 5.
Would the rest of you like to investigate inside?
No, I don't think so.
Tavern, holding this up is really getting to you. You're starting to feel it in your wound.
I wish you didn't tell me it was on side. That's why the gods were like, okay, never mind, we'll roll low.
1 point of weariness, Tavern. Serena, have you been able to refresh yet?
It looks like it's working now. Just a moment.
Yep, no worries. Once you manage to get back in, just go ahead and throw me a Constitution saving throw. All right, rest of the team, as we're waiting for Serena to throw that, is there anything you guys are doing as you're scoping out this area?
I'm leaving.
Okay, yeah, you're standing firm there, Serena, holding this gate up.
Don't step in the middle.
All right, with nobody else in the room, are you guys letting the portcullis fall?
Well, yeah, I guess so.
All right, it slams back down, and you hear the sound echoing throughout the area.
Good call, guys. Let's Hey, Derek, how did you know that? Man, you must be a really powerful mage.
Anybody look inside that well over there?
Nope, not getting anywhere near disturbing this thing that could mass suggest and feeble mind us for like eternity. It's probably if we defeat him, it's probably a lot of gold, but not worth it. We need to find stairs. Let's get out of here. I say we stay focused and look for stairs.
Agreed. And we should probably try to find Blixel if he's still around.
Does anybody else want to make sure that dead end doesn't go to stairs somehow? Not that I don't trust your abilities, Tavard.
This one here?
Yeah, exactly. Head up there.
I mean, I'll try to look around, but...
Okay, blind check Saline. You don't find any stairs in this area, but you do notice in the northeast corner there is a small, seemingly discarded key. It looks like made of plain metal, like maybe a brass kind of material, but it's quite small. It looks smaller, like it wouldn't really fit in a typical lock.
Interesting. There's a key here.
Tavard, what the heck, man?
I wasn't looking down. Somebody must have just put it there.
Great.
Hey, Celine.
Yes.
Hey, Celine. Are we looking for stairs up or down?
I believe the figure said that it didn't matter, that either staircase would lead us out of the map, which is curious why there's a distinction then. But
Well,
if we believe what they say.
Yeah, what I'm thinking is there's in that mud room underneath my foot in the middle,
Mm-hmm.
it was like a solid surface. You think that's like a trap door or something like that? Maybe we lift it up and there's stairs down?
I think that is probably wishful thinking, but there's no harm in trying, I suppose. If we could scrape away the mud with something, it would be difficult to lift it up with
Yeah.
a layer of earth on top of it, but...
If only it was in good shape, Earth.
You guys have any tools with you?
I consider shipwrecker to be a very valuable tool.
Excavation tool. Let's see. I don't think I do.
Yeah, I don't have anything.
I have a glaive. I could scrape. I mean, should we just get in there and start pushing it off with our hands and making mud piles in the corners in the rooms?
Yeah, we got the boots that don't get dirty and a cloak that doesn't get dirty, so I don't mind. Let's give it a shot since we're here.
Yeah, I agree. You never know.
Hey, use some help.
I'm going to sit this one out, all right? This is a very expensive outfit.
While they're doing that, I'll peek around this corner here and pick up the key with Mage Hand in case it explodes.
Okay, it does not explode.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna drop to my knees at him and see how hard or easy it is to kind of clear this center square.
All right,
While
you are
we're
pretty.
doing this,
Go ahead, Tavard.
I was just gonna tell Celine when she's found that key, look for an itty bitty that I couldn't. That was way too small type keyhole. Yeah, maybe on the other side where she found the key. I don't know.
I think the Dungeon Master would have told me if I spotted that.
Okay.
I
I
don't
mean, I may
know.
have gotten some. I may have gotten some outside insight to that.
Yeah, but I don't trust that guy. So if you do, then
would?
that's your fault. Yeah.
All right, Gordon, as you drop to your knees, getting covered and caked in mud here, and you start clearing as much of this mud out as you can, you're basically having to dig in with your hands and, pull up goopy mud and fling it against the wall and keep doing this as much as you can. Eventually, after about 10 minutes or so of doing this, you've cleared enough area that you can see that there is a small metal grate on the ground. You can see some of the water that's sort of leaching off of the mud is going into this drain essentially and seemingly going down.
Oh,
Yeah, needless to say, I don't mind playing in the dirt because, well, I'm a dwarf, so I'm helping with all that.
so it sounds like that fountain may flood and go to this room, and the drain got clogged. Um, how thick? What's the distance between the bars?
Maybe like an inch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a pretty small grate, circular.
Does it look like it could be lifted up?
If you could get your hands in there, if you think it'd be like probably hard to do, but you might be able to break it off. If you did, the circular grate is probably only like a foot in diameter.
Oh,
Yeah, but maybe something fell inside of it, like a treasure or a small key or something.
so I'm gonna take. Hey, someone give me a copper coin. Who's got one? I got nothing but gold.
I got a silver piece. I don't have any copper with me.
I haven't touched the copper in years.
If only the
That's
copper
funny.
counselor were here.
Hey, I got a dart. Here's a dart.
No. Give me that. Whatever you want. I'm gonna cast light. Whatever you give me, I'm gonna cast light on it and throw it down there and see what we can see.
Yeah, okay. Here's a dart.
Okay. I'll take his dart at him and I'll cast light and then drop it down there.
Okay, it drops about 10 feet or so before you hear it splash into water. And then a dart, I imagine, is pretty light, so it probably actually floats on the top of the water. Essentially, what you can see is water 10 feet down in this drain. You're not sure how much farther down it goes, but based on the light, at least another 20 feet or so.
Why would a magical place need like infrastructure? I don't know. I'm bored. You guys bored?
Well, we could try it again. Since the dart's floating, I can give you a silver piece, and you can toss that down the drain and use light on
I've
that.
been
if you
dead.
like.
Okay. Yeah. I'll break the concentration on the dart and I'll drop a silver piece down there at him.
Okay, and that also has the light spell on it?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, you'll hear it splash into the water and then being heavier, it keeps descending. So as you're watching it, you see the light getting further and further away. By the time it finally stops, you can see it, but just barely. You're estimating this might be 80 feet down, 90, 100, something in that realm.
Does it stink? What does it smell like?
Not really, no. It just smells kind of like stagnant water, I guess I would say. It doesn't have like an unpleasant odor to it.
Well, whatever. I'm bored. I think I've exhausted this thing. Any better ideas from anyone else?
I mean, what are we trying to accomplish?
I was thinking at first it might be like a stairs down through a door, but it's just a drain. We're looking for stairs. Back to work.
All right.
$55 more rooms to go, boys and girls.
We don't know that. Was the keyhole on the wooden door behind me unusually small as well?
It was not.
Interesting. Now where do we get to go?
Lead the way.
Wasn't there a door in the vampire room we didn't open?
Yeah, I only
Vampire room?
distracted us thinking that's where the big baddie was, and might be something there, but
Oh, there's a bunch of rooms in here.
All right, as you enter that room, Cerilia, let me just remind you really quickly what you're seeing there. You've got the various doors. If you want to know like how the doors are made or whatnot, I can tell you that. But the main issue is you see a shallow pit in the southeast corner of the room. So that's about 10 feet down.
I'll go and look at it.
Sure. So you step up, you look down into the pit. It looks to be barren of anything of interest. Obviously, getting down there, if you were to fall in, it would hurt, a little bit by taking that fall. And the door is up at your current level. So to actually open that door would be pretty challenging. You'd have to somehow climb or fly or levitate to be able to reach that door.
wonder if I could thaumaturgy it.
Or mage
keep-
hand open
I
it.
keep forgetting that thaumaturgy can open a door. I keep forgetting.
Oh, really?
True that.
Only if it's unlocked, though, which
Yeah, if it's
has historically not been the case in this dungeon. So far, every door we've encountered has been locked or otherwise jammed.
but it's a good thing to do. Like I should remember this is chest of doors. I always forget that.
Yeah, if only you had opened that door that Blixel opened.
If only. So it's my fault, huh?
Basically. Well, which door do you want me to open?
Well, let me try to thaumaturgy one of them. Go ahead. You choose.
I choose the one over the pit.
All right. I'm a thaumaturgy to one over the pit. Adam.
That is an iron door, and it does not open.
Who could have possibly seen that one coming?
Oh. All right. Pick another one.
The one south. Why not?
All right. I'm going to do the one on the south, Adam.
That is a simple wooden door, and it opens.
I go to Saline. And just like that, Saline, it's called magic.
Wow. Good job.
This time I will look up, down, and around before stepping in.
Okay, blind check as you very cautiously examine the room. You don't see any dangers, no tentacles hanging above you this time, Cerilia. You do notice that on the south side of the room there is a pillar, and you can see that there, just on the edge of your vision, is a stack of rotting wooden crates.
Oh, it's the same room from before. That makes sense.
Map knowledge.
Oh, yeah, I think we have been in here. Looks like we left a few doors unopened in this one, too.
We didn't go into. I don't think we went into this room last time. I think we just opened the door. People didn't want to go check out the crates.
Well, it's because we had the ape and he was busting in the doors.
Yeah. I missed that ape. Hey Adam, obviously there's the crates that you mentioned. What are the other items on the sides here?
Yes, those are pillars. They look to be made of stone.
Adam, I'm going to look behind the pillars, and I'm going to look around and investigate the pillars, see if there's like magic runes or anything behind the pillar or anything like that.
Give me a blind check, Tabard. Not that you can see. It looks just like standard stone pillars. Why they're here doesn't make a lot of sense. They don't reach to the ceiling. It's almost like they're just someone placed them here and forgot about them.
Yeah, I'm sure that'd be true.
Okay, Adam. So these crates, you said they look dilapidated or
Rotting
worse for
wooden
wear.
crates.
All right, I'm gonna rummage through them with my hands.
All right, go ahead and give me a blind check there, Gordon. Yeah, you start rummaging through them and you realize that this, like, whatever's inside here, it's kind of like a gunk. And as you first touch it, oh, it's got this awful smell to it. It smells like super wet dog.
Okay, well, that's disgusting. I flick it off my hands.
You try, but it seems to linger.
Oh my gosh, do I need to press the digitation myself?
If you have that spell.
Derek, I need my hands clean. Get in here.
All right. I'm not your lackey. Remember that.
Look at this stuff on my hands. Can you clean it with your press the digitation?
No, I don't have that one.
Oh, that's right. War Mage. Why would you? Great.
I can burn it off your hands if you wish.
No, I think that's fine. Thank you. You're so thoughtful.
I'm going to listen at this door.
Okay, blind check Serena. You hear that, if you remember when you first appeared here, Serena, you heard that sort of squelching sound. You hear it many times, and the sounds seem to be echoing off one another.
There's a lot of squelch noises in there that remind me of that eye monster. No, mouth monster.
That sounds terrible.
Adam, I want to check this this door down here.
Check it for traps or see if it's unlocked. What do you mean?
I'm going to listen through it.
Oh, listen? Sure. Yeah, go ahead and give me a blind check. Silence.
I'm sure there's absolutely nothing on the other side of this door.
Great,
Probably
well,
goes to where the other door was from the ape.
Let's see. Here's the south door, Adam.
It does not open.
1 for 3 is not bad. It must be locked.
Anyone good at looking for traps?
Nope.
Generally falls under investigation.
Yeah,
I think I find traps just fine.
He means without triggering them. I can try. So I will come up to the door and I will attempt to check it for traps without touching it or trying to set anything off.
Okay, blind check. This door is indeed trap saline. You happen to notice just under the door, there seems to be a magical symbol in the door. You feel like if the door were to be opened, that would be triggered.
But I don't know what it does.
You can give me a separate check. This would be Arcana to see if you recognize the specific symbol. You are fairly confident that this is what is known as a symbol of hypnosis. It can cause people to become incapacitated for a short period of time.
Yeah, this door will basically put you to sleep. Well, not sleep, but in a stupor. Not as bad as the one that Blixel triggered, I think. But if there's anything on the other side, it could be problematic.
No, we just open it, and then I pull the incapacitated person out of the way and slap him on the face. Wake him up. How hard can it be? Or we could try another door. Back to here. There is 3. Because we can't open these, right? Without thieves' tools or smashing them. So we got to look at wooden doors for Serena to smash.
Yeah, we don't have a rogue anymore.
Let's go back up here.
Yeah, we find something to smash, Serena. Smash!
The north door in this room looks to be a simple wooden door. The east door looks to be a stout wooden door. That's the, or actually, I'm sorry, one moment. Reading the wrong room here. The north one is a simple wooden door, yes. The east one is a strong wooden door. That's the one you can easily reach. The one that's over the pit is an iron door. And then, of course, you already opened the southern door, which is a simple wooden door.
I'm going to listen at this door first.
All right, blind check. You hear nothing, Serena. Okay, you open the door and see a hallway.
It appears to be a hallway, guys.
Yes, we found a way.
Wait, is it a dead end again?
To your east, it sure is.
Celine, you better check that dead end.
Over here in the east.
Yes.
Serena, as you step to there, you hear the telltale sound of a pressure plate click. Please give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oops. Is like, can I say luck for this before I do it?
I think so. Yeah, I think luck allows you to reroll this. Yeah, and yeah, you have danger sense. This would be at advantage.
Okay, cool. I was like, don't I have anything for that? Oh, there it is.
That is just a success. DC 17. All right. Serena, you notice this massive block over your head falls from the ceiling. Essentially, the ceiling was flat. When you step, this like hidden compartment there opens, causing this big block to fall down. Would you like to jump backwards or jump forwards as this block falls down on you?
I'm gonna go ahead and jump backwards.
All right, you managed to jump backwards essentially to there. I'm going to unlock tokens. When you do, this large stone just smashes into the space here. So there is a big block here now. And really the only gap between the top of the stone and the ceiling is about 3 feet. So if you wanted to try to go that way, you basically would have to climb and then belly crawl across it.
Sorry, guys. I made it a little tougher to go this way.
I can't see what happened.
Basically, a big giant block fell from the ground, from the ceiling, and now there's only a 3-foot pathway for us to crawl through. Should we keep going?
Let me conduct my investigation of this corner first to see if I can find anything of importance.
Man, I've triggered 5 traps since then.
You're doing so good. You got the danger. You got that sense of danger, and I like it.
Just about every room has traps.
You carefully search that area, Saline, but you don't find anything.
Near as I can tell, it's just a dead end. Is it? Who knows, but I can't find anything.
I believe you.
So what's the room look like before you so cleverly discovered the trap?
Just more hallway. It looked like it curved to the left. Up ahead.
Because all I see is dark. I can't I don't see why the boulder's a problem, I guess is what I'm saying.
No, I mean, we can keep going. I just
Oh,
made it harder. So now we have to climb up and then belly crawl across 10 feet.
That is
to go
correct.
to our right. To go to the right.
That's correct.
Oh, okay. So you can't go left right now.
No, you can only go right.
Oh.
Once we get past the block, then we can go left.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, we
Right.
belly crawl.
Do we have to do checks in order to climb up there?
You do not? No, yeah, it's easy to climb up and then belly crawl over. It takes you a little bit of time, but I just want to make sure you guys are understanding the picture. You know, once you climb over to the other side, should you have to like come back this way quickly, let's just say, keep in mind that this is here.
That was foreboding.
It's might be foreboding. I'm just making sure it's setting the image, right?
Yeah, let's go. Tavar, let's go.
Sounds good.
And I make way for you, because I'm going to stay in the middle to save everyone's asses.
Okay, here goes. Oh, it's just a door, guys, I think. Maybe another hallway. Can I... Is there a way for Serena to walk and check for more pressure plates? So, like, would she need to have a javelin out in front, or can she just sort of cautiously, like, assess things before she steps on them? Or
So basically, if you're willing to move at a slow speed, meaning I'm counting time going quicker each block you move, then I can assume you're carefully checking before you stop.
slow it is.
All right, slow and
Almost-
steady.
She almost got pancaked.
All right, as you make your way to the end of the hallway here, Serena, you notice a stone door to your west.
That's a good
It's-
sign.
Just a door, you guys.
Does it have a little keyhole?
Does it have a keyhole?
It does not.
I'm gonna try to open it, okay?
Maybe. Yeah.
Feels stuck, Serena. It's like it doesn't want to open. It's not locked. It's stuck.
Oh, that's weird. Can I throw my body against it to
You
try
can.
to free it?
You
Would you like me
absolutely
to help you
can.
with that? I know none of this is good, but we can do it.
Okay.
All right,
And,
you guys go so like side by side here, getting in that little space, wedging, and try to both like shoulder bash it at the same time. Yeah, Serena, throw me a blind check, and we'll give you the set advantage. Yes, with your combined might, you do indeed manage to bash it open.
Now you can fight
Who's
the
that?
ogre that was sleeping on the other side by yourself. Just guided.
Oh, gee, thanks. Do I see anything hanging from the ceiling?
No, you do not. Not based on your passive perception.
We're gonna have a whole flow chart by the end of this every time we go into a room.
All right, as you step a little bit closer, what comes to your vision is a statue in the northwest corner.
Oh, I'm having trouble again. I got myself stuck. But I step in so that other folks can come take a look if they would like to.
Go ahead and move that door out of your way just for a moment.
Celine freaks out as a door appears right next to her.
Oh, there's a bunch of doors in here, guys, and possibly a statue that'll come to life and kill us.
And as you think that, Serena, the statue doesn't move at all, but it's almost as though a voice comes from the statue. Welcome, adventurer. How can I help you?
I am looking for a set of stairs, please.
Yes, I know of what you seek.
Great. Could you do me the kind favor of pointing me in the right direction?
I could if I was asked very politely.
Somebody here with non-abrasive personality want to ask this friend a question?
Yeah, I can. Hi, voice. How are you?
I am waiting for your request.
Couple things, and thank you for listening to our request. First, we are missing a friend of ours. He disappeared, and we don't know where he is. Can you tell us if he is okay, please?
Give me a blind check here, Tabard, to see if you can persuade the statue.
I'm gooder at this.
No, I cannot tell you that. I don't like the way that you have formed your request. Instead, I will only offer you the most basic help that I offer any adventurers here. I can tell you the contents of 3 rooms of your choice.
I'll ask another one of my friends here who may be gooder at this than I am. Would anyone like to come in here and talk to the voice?
I'm not good with people.
How about you, Derek?
Say, what does it look like, Adam?
The statue, it looks to be like a
Yeah.
human man covered in a little bit of moss.
Does it look giant? It looks like a giant humanoid.
Not necessarily. I mean, it's large statue, but it doesn't look like it's a statue of a giant. It just like looks like maybe a majestic depiction of a human.
Hello, good statue. My name is Gordon Rainwright. Such a pleasure to meet a friendly voice. May I please know the direction where to find the stairs out of here? We don't wish to be bothered or troubled in this place anymore.
Give me a blind check, Gordon. My, what a silver tongue. Yes, there are 2 sets of stairs here. There is one going down and one going up. Both of them are generally southwest of your current position.
Oh, thank you. Are you trapped here?
Oh no, I could leave if I could walk, but I can't, and I don't want to.
Well, as long as you're happy, that's the most important thing, and you've done a good thing today. I appreciate it.
Would you like to know the contents of 3 rooms of your choice?
Yes, these 3 rooms right in front of us. Please.
Okay, that makes it easy. To your west is a room filled with 13 opponents. They are humanoids, snake-like people, and not very friendly. To your northeast is an empty room, and to your north is a long, empty hallway.
Well, that narrows it down.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you.
Well, I suppose this door goes back to the room that we were in before.
Alright,
Which one?
so
No, that's where the didn't it say
Vampires.
there was bad creatures there, snake people?
yeah, that's the snake people room, Serena.
Well, he
But I
said
thought
13.
they-
He said. He
What
said
did we-
13.
Oh, how many did we fight?
6.
Oh, whoops. Good thing it's locked.
And we need to go southwest. That's where we need to go.
Yeah, that's only the entire dungeon.
Well,
That's why I figured we'd go west.
Let's go backtrack and see if we could zoom out with our little slider and a roll 20 and put ourselves in the general southwest direction and open doors that direction. That's what I suggest. I want out of here.
Sounds like a plan to me.
While they're thinking about that, I'm looking at the statue and its arm is like stretched out in a specific direction. Does it look like it's pointing at something, or what's it doing with its hand?
Its hand is flat, palm up, almost like ready to receive something, perhaps.
Do you want to put the
Key on
key
it.
on there?
Yeah, who knows?
Now I'll put a gold piece on there first, Adam. Thank you for your help.
And the voice returns. This is a piece of gold.
Oh, it identifies whatever you put in there.
Well, I'll mage hand the key up to the hand and see if it tells us anything other than it's a brass key.
As the key lands in the palm, you hear the voice return. This is a magic key that will open any one door of your choice and then vanish.
Oh.
Well, that's useful if we can't break something down.
Maybe that stone door that was in our first room that was kind of closest to the south.
Yeah, the original room, that door on the southwest. Oh, yeah, that's something. That's what I'm thinking. Back to original location, southwest, that side of the map. That's my guess.
Let's go.
All right, if you guys would like to hold up momentarily, I just zoom you all back over there.
Sounds good.
All right, so you guys go through the long hallway, climb over the falling block, go through the doorway, go west through the broken door, and find yourself back in the original room.
Well, two choices.
More south or more west?
I believe, based on what we heard, that the two doors in the south go to the same room, with a lot of screaming creatures inside of it. You heard the same thing at both doors, so I think that's a reasonable assumption. Now, could there be ways to go further southwest in there? Certainly.
What is the thickness of these doors? I'm hoping to save the magical key as long as possible.
So the west door here is a stone door, and you might recall that it is stuck, and you guys tried to have the 8 bash it open, and he failed. The south door is a wooden door. It looks a good quality wooden door, and the other south door is a simple wooden door.
Well, I'm sure the ape just couldn't get a good angle on this one because he was too big to fit in the hallway. So I'm going to bash it open with my shoulder.
And I'd like to help you bashing, because I like bashing things.
You try, but even with advantage, unfortunately, no, not enough to bash it open.
But is there a keyhole?
There is no keyhole. It's just a stuck stone door.
I don't know if that little key would work then, would it?
Maybe it's magic, so maybe just place it on the door or something.
I'm inclined to agree with Serena, though. I think we should try to save it as long as possible. We don't know where it might be useful. There might be more clues that we can find to indicate where we should be going, and if this door ends up leading nowhere in particular, then we've wasted it. I would like to exhaust whatever options we can before we commit to using this.
Should we just check out the south door then?
Well, yeah. Check for traps, and I can see if I can open it. If it might be unlocked, and get away from the door.
Just as a reminder, there's likely something unpleasant on the other side based on what Serena heard.
Yeah.
In every room, there's something,
Well,
surprising.
and also it's, in my opinion, probably where direction we should be going.
Alright, I will try to investigate the southwest door for traps.
Okay, blind check. You are feeling fairly confident there are no traps on this door.
I don't see anything. I don't know if fairly confident is something this character ever feels, but
All right, well, step away, boys and girls, and I'll see if I can pop it open. I have to stay within 30 feet, otherwise I'd be further away. Serena, do you want to step away? It's probably not going to work. Okay, I'm a thaumaturgy that door, Adam.
It will work. It opens. And as it opens, you notice a little creature standing real close to the door. As you get a glance at this creature, it looks quite unusual. And it's fanged and lipless and seems to have a constant grin on its face. I'm going to go ahead and put us in initiative order.
Need some chapstick.
Boy, Blitzel, you've changed.
Okay, I think that is everyone. Let's do a quick double check. All right, I do believe that is everyone. Okay, let me put on some different music here.
Yeah, so that's a lot of guys.
All right, moving through the doorway is one of these little creatures. As he rushes up into the room, all of you, let me do a quick measurement. Okay, I take that back. Let's see. Gordon, Serena, and Derek, you all hear this shrieking sound nearby you. It is quite distracting. As the creature rushes up to here, Serena, it's going to reach forward and try to bite you. Please give me a defense roll. It's going to hit you. It's going to deal 6 points of piercing damage, and I'm going to need you to give me a wisdom saving throw. Oof, that is also a failure, Serena. You are confounded. All attacks against you have advantage. This one's going to rush up and also try to bite you. As it gets to there, everybody is now within the area of shrieking. Serena, please give me a defense roll at disadvantage. That 17 is good enough to be a miss. Okay, Gordon, your turn.
Okay, I have a misconception on... Oh, I don't have it prepared anyway. Okay, never mind. I think this is a good time to pop this. This seems like a great room to fight in as a cleric. So I'm popping Aura of Vitality.
Okay.
I don't know if I could put a aura around me or something. So I say a prayer and do magic words and ask for Sarah to bless us in this battle. So everyone within 30 feet of me, as a bonus action, I get to heal them 2d6. Is that the right one I hit? Yep.
Yeah, you get to pick one person within 30 feet of you as
Right.
a bonus action. Yep.
Okay. and it's an action to cast it, so I'm going to pop it to Serena.
All right, go ahead and throw 2d6 and restore that HP.
You get 4 there, Serena.
Thank you.
Welcome.
All right, you could hear some movement in the room. That one's going to move and dash. That one's going to go to there, flanking Serena, and then trying to bite her. Serena, defense roll at disadvantage, and -2 for the flank. That one's going to hit. 8 points of piercing damage. Don't worry about that wisdom save. Move and dash. Tabard.
And I'm going to come here, and I'm going to swing with my mighty warhammer.
Yeah, nice crit. Go ahead and roll that.
And also just remember on a crit, deals any creature. So everyone has advantage until the start of my next turn on this creature.
Okay.
If it, if it lives, which it probably will, but who knows, right?
Twice as many damage dice and push the creature up to 15 feet in any direction. Okay, let's see those damage. All right, 16 points of damage. That is going to drop it. Would you like to push its corpse 15 feet somewhere?
I might as well just get it out of the way. I'll put it over there somewhere, right?
I shouldn't say corpse. I should say unconscious body.
There you go. Love it.
Yeah, because I have corpse explosion.
All right. And so that was 5, 10, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Oh, shoot. That's not going to be enough. But I am with advantage, so I'm going to take a chance here. Actually, I'm just going to go ahead and stand there, and I'm going to attack this one here. My other turn.
Okay. $15 will hit. Wounding the creature. Okay, Serena.
Okay, I'm going to raise.
Oh, and Adam, I don't think it would actually matter. Never mind. I could move him. I could move him 5 feet, but it's not going to affect anything. So never mind.
Okay. All right, multicolored lights. Anyone within 10 feet gets a +1 to their defense roll. I'll go ahead and throw you an aura on here.
You're welcome.
Nice.
It's quite lovely.
Hey, Adam, can I get an aura of vitality?
I could give you an aura, but I don't think you really need it, right? Because it's just 30 feet from you use the spell, right?
Yeah, it's pretty much it. The whole room almost, right?
Yeah, yeah. And again, it's really just going to affect you, and you already know it's 30. Yeah, this is helpful for other people that forget about this ability, and then they're like, oh, right, I need to be close to her.
I want the cool aura.
I don't know. It seems kind of
Fine,
dangerous.
I'll give you an aura if you feel better.
Would you like an ice cream cone too? Yeah, frick, maybe.
I was
Here,
trying to tempt.
I was gonna say you get pink. There you
How do I temporarily add 1?
To defense roll. That is going to be if you have that mod added. Here, I'm on your sheet real quick. Scroll down. Looks like you don't have that one turned on. So over in the gear, you'll see a show global AC modifier field. I'm going to turn that on. And then back over in the middle, it's now turned on for you.
Oh, cool. Okay. And I'm going to swing at the one that's injured.
Okay. $15 will hit.
That should have a +2 for rage.
I went ahead and added that. So yeah, you do indeed wound him badly.
I will swing at the one south of me.
Okay.
Recklessly.
All right, activating Reckless. 15 will hit. $16 points of damage will drop him.
Nice. Just keep swinging, folks.
Are you gonna Pam?
She can't. She raged.
Oh, she raged. Oh, I thought she raged the time before. Okay.
Derek.
Don't worry. Just stand still. And he's going to cast Fireball.
All right.
But first, actually, he's going to Overchannel.
Okay, bonus action over channel.
And then he will Fireball. And he's going to exclude all the nice new people that he's adventuring with from the damage.
Okay, so feel free to use a smart AoE. Then we'll just get a little creative and move people out of the way. And then we'll let you do trigger all. All right, let me go ahead and shrink that guy down a bit for you. Make it a little bit easier to target. All right, that's
and I'll actually do it here because who knows, there might be more.
All right, let me go ahead and move Serena. I'm going to move Serena up 3. So after we trigger this, Serena, you're going to come down 3. It looks like nobody else needs to be moved. Okay, so they would have disadvantage on this check. So let's see, we've got 3 people that passed it. So throw me 3 spell effect rolls. Let's see, do we have that set up for NPC? Yeah, NPC spell effect roll. You see that one or no? That one might be.
I don't see that.
Okay,
yeah, I don't see that one on my bar.
Yeah, that's one that players don't normally need. So, let me just go ahead and give you access to that. Okay, click off him and click back on, and then you should see NPC spell effect roll.
Yep.
All right, so we're going to do 3. Okay, so 7. So that first guy's still going to pass. And then the second guy, another one. Okay, that will make a failure. So I'm going to give extra damage to him. And that'll make that one a failure as well. Okay, so the 2 little guys would fail. And let me see. Oh, even the one that passed, that took him out anyway. So, yeah, all the ones that you hit are down anyhow. So I don't even need to do adjustments. I'm going to move her back, and everything's good.
There you go. You see, nothing to worry about. And he moves over here.
Okay, Saline.
Okay. All right. I am going to go to this space. And that does not give me a better angle to see anything in the room. So I will simply ready a firebolt in the event that I see an enemy come to this square that I'm pointing at.
Okay. Go ahead and make your firebolt attack.
You got it?
All right, and I'm just do a quick line from you. Okay, yeah, actually, I thought there was going to be some cover there, but that gets right through. So, yes, that will hit.
I moved myself there intentionally for that. So.
Well done.
Yeah.
That is going to drop him.
Nice.
All right, this one's going to rush up to here. And Serena, defense roll at disadvantage, please.
Sorry, I shouldn't be trying to play this on a Chromebook.
Uh-oh.
It's a bad decision.
15 is enough to not get struck by that one. And then he's going to keep moving to there. Okay, move to the top of the round. Derek, throw me a d20, please. All right, that one is truly gone. Because corpse explosion was mentioned, I'm going to leave bodies on, but I'm just going to remove them from initiative. Let's see. Serena, d20, please. All right, that one is also gone. Gordon.
All right, it's fun. Let's see. Okay, Toll the Dead is heading towards this guy, the one closest to me.
Closest to you, okay. Yeah, that's going to affect him.
So now it's not a 12, it's
D8.
all right, 2D. So here's going to be 3D8. So 2D8 that's necrotic, and this is radiant.
Okay, he is wounded by that Toll the Dead.
All right, and then hang in there, Serena, and here comes your healing. Wow, another big 4.
Better than nothing.
Ooh, the pickles.
All right, crouching through the door to fit is a massive creature. As it steps... Yeah, go ahead, Derek.
No, I was going to make a stupid joke. I was going to say, it's from the Museum of History.
Like one
It's
of those
the bodies exhibit.
There you go. All right, as it steps to here, it is going to bash out at Serena. Serena, 2 defense rolls at disadvantage, please. That'll be a critical hit. And a critical hit. Oh, double crit. Please.
What if I, like, inspo one of them?
You can use inspiration to reroll 1 if you wish.
All right, let's do that.
For the roll that she doesn't use, I'll play my card.
All right, let's do 1 at a time. So inspiration, go ahead and post that. Okay, so you're still hit, but it's not a crit. Okay, so on the... Now, say that again, Saline. Which one are you affecting?
I would like to play the card on the critical hit.
On the critical. Okay, yep, go ahead and throw that card down.
I'm not going to be able to drop it in the spot. I dropped it somewhere.
I just put it in the room.
Okay, resistance boon. Nice. Okay, targeted creature gains resistance, triggering damage type until the start of their next turn. That's a big one. Start of their next turn. Okay, so the first attack hits, but it's not a crit, so I'm going to post that. Okay, so that's going to deal 8 points of bludgeoning damage since you're raging. And then the second one is a crit, so throw a bludgeoning crit, Serena. All right, take a seat. Deal the maximum amount of damage from normal dice, and then roll the damage dice again, and the creature's knocked prone. Okay, so maximum plus a roll. Let me go ahead and do that. All right, so that's going to be 32 total damage, half down to 16. So 16 additional damage to Serena because
And
of...
she's resistant to it, though, right?
Oh, right, but she's already resistant to it. I don't think resistance can stack.
Right, true, yeah.
Do you want to take that card back, Saline? Or, you know, or I'll tell you what, there's a rider effect that's going to hit her for more damage. You want to just apply it on that?
Yeah, there you go. That
Okay.
makes sense.
And this one is not bludgeoning, so it wouldn't be halved anyway.
Wait, so I did the 8, and then what was the next one?
16.
16.
Yep, and then I'm going to go ahead and throw the prone icon on you because you're currently prone. Okay, and then this creature has a special ability that if it hits you with both of its hits, it does a thing essentially like a double slam. All right, so that's going to be 13 psychic, but because of the card Saline spent, it's going to be 6 more psychic. And then I need a Constitution saving throw, Serena. And here's why I will reveal that shrieking sound from the little guys causes you to have disadvantage on saving throws.
How much psychic damage was it again?
6.
Okay. Okay. And you said that was a wisdom?
Constitution.
Constitution. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you'd rather have that one, you know?
All right, that is also a failure. That's 3 ones in this turn. Okay, so because you failed this, you are now stunned.
Can I give her my inspiration?
If you want to burn inspiration, yeah, she can reroll.
Yeah, I want to do that. He'll burn it.
All right.
Thank you.
Go ahead and reroll, Serena. All right, so that's 14 plus 6 is 20. All right, that is a success. You are not stunned. Okay, so let's see. That was his attacks, his move. Yep, that's all his turn. Okay, this little one was taken down by Derek. Derek, D20. All right, he's definitely done. This one also taken down by Derek. D20.
One quick. I'm sorry to interrupt. I want to hit this button. So whoever critted now, read that.
Okay, so the next time the big guy's attacked, it's advantage on one attack.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, we remove... green is not good. Let me put a red on him, so I remember that's a bad thing for him. Okay, good roll. Okay, so that one's also gone. Okay, this one was taken out by orange, which I think was Tabard. Tabard, D20. Yep. He's totally gone. Tabard.
All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and use a key. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so I'm going to go over to here first. I'm going to try to finish this guy off here.
Guy to your west, okay. Yep, 14
Is that
hits.
advantage?
Oh, 16 hits also. Yes, he is dropped.
And then I'm going to come over here. I'm going to get the flank and add advantage as well.
Yeah, that'll hit as well. Wounding him.
All right, that's going to end my turn.
Okay, Serena currently prone. Your turn.
I'm going to stand up. And then I will swing. I'll swing at this little guy, try to finish him off.
Okay.
I figured at the very least get rid of these little guys so they can't shriek anymore or whatever, you know?
22 will
Okay,
certainly hit.
Okay, good. Man, this computer.
Time for an upgrade. Oh, yeah, that'll definitely drop him.
Nice. Then I can move on. I assume with my reach, I don't even have to move
You do not.
and swing at the big guy.
Okay,
Is
first
this the one with advantage?
It is indeed, yes.
Very cool.
That will miss.
Ugh. Can I hero point that?
You can. So that becomes an 18. That will hit.
Yay! What the heck? Try it again.
All right, smack it into him for 15 points of damage. Wounding him.
And then I will bonus action Pam him.
Okay.
That seems like the most best idea. Can I recklessly Pam him?
You can, sure. That's going to miss, though.
Bummer. I don't want to. It's so close. I'll hero point that one too.
Okay, go ahead and burn a hero point. Okay, ooh, last hero point. That will hit. And wound him again.
And I think for my ring, will I be able to invoke that next turn because of using my hero points?
I believe so. I think every time you use it, it says you can use it for the next 10 rounds.
Cool. I just wanted to make sure I didn't need to invoke it on the same turn that I use the hero point, but cool. Alrighty, thank you.
Okay, Derek.
Okay, so since there's only one target, Derek is unfortunately just going to do a cantrip. I'm going to do Firebolt.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and post that. That will hit. I don't know why Bless is randomly added to that. I noticed that in another game too.
I,
It's not even
I
on.
don't know.
It's not even on the NPC sheet. It's something to do with Roll20. All right, Firebolt striking into the creature. And yes, he is wounded.
We got this. All right, that's the end of his turn.
Okay, Saline.
Alright, I don't think I have a spell that will be able to drop that much HP in one turn. That would be very surprising if I did. So instead, I'm going to do the same thing Derek did, and we are going to try to attack him with Firebolt.
$18 will hit.
Nice.
Scorching his pinky.
And then I'm just going to back
Hey,
up
every
and hug the
pinky
wall.
counts.
All right, this one was taken down by Saline. Saline D20.
Hmm.
He is donezo. This one was taken down by Serena. D20 Serena. He is also done. And this one was taken down by Tavern. D20 Tavern. All right, also done. Gordon.
Okay, I'm gonna step up here. And before I forget, Serena's gonna get it. 2d6 healing. 9 to Serena. Hang in there, girl. You got this. And then I'm going to Toll the Dead on the big BG, so spell effect roll.
15 against him. Yes, that will affect him.
Great. So 2d12. This is going to be necrotic, and this is radiant.
Okay, he is wounded necrotically and radiantly.
And I like my spot. That's it.
All right, creature's turn. He's going to come stomping to here. And, yep, he's even going to go here. Tabard, would you like to take an opportunity attack?
Oh, yes, I would. And I'm at advantage, don't forget.
That will hit.
And since he wanted to move there when he was here, I just want to move him in a direction he doesn't want to go. Like in this direction or something.
Post
Because I can
pressure
move
for
him
me?
5 feet. Just somewhere around here, whatever. I don't know how much movement he has, so just in case that hurts his movement at all, I doubt it will matter at all.
All right, yeah, let me just double crush you real quick. Once per turn. So you didn't do that this turn, right?
Right.
Okay, I was thinking it was going to say on your turn, but it says once per turn. Okay, so you're moving him 5 feet this way, you said?
Yeah, it's probably not going to make a difference, but I figured, just to make him pissed. Right?
Okay,
So.
yeah. No, I'm tracking. Yeah, so it doesn't because he does have enough movement to move back to where he wanted to be. So he will move to there, and then he's going to activate his Reaping Arms ability, which allows him to make a attack against everybody within reach, which is everybody except Saline. So all 4 of you, please throw me defense rolls.
Okay. Is this a weapon attack?
Yes.
I'm at Adam. I'm at advantage as well. So
Okay, so for this ability, that'll count as a miss.
fair enough.
Okay, and then let's see, Gordon, you're missed, but Derek and Serena are both hit. So let's see, Derek, you first. You get slammed for 18, and then I also need you to make a dex save, Derek. And then Serena gets slammed for 6 because she's currently raging. And you also have to make a dex save. All right, Derek, you get walloped and knocked prone. Against effects that you can see, such as traps and spells. Sure, yeah, I don't know that would apply to this, but I'll give it to you. unfortunately, not enough. That'll also knock you prone. Okay, move to Tabert's turn.
I'm gonna use a reaction actually as Derek to cast a cantrip.
All right, feel free to do so. Which one would you like to use?
I guess I'll do Shocking Grasp.
Okay, yeah, let's see it. That's going to miss.
All right, I'm going to go up. I'm going to take the flank, and I'm going to take 2 swings at him.
14 will miss.
I'll take a hero point on that. Let's see if
Okay.
that does anything good.
19 will hit. Slamming into him and wounding him.
All right, I'll swing again.
16 will hit. Okay, yes, wounding him a second time. He is getting battered.
And what I'm going to do after that hit is I'm going to go ahead and do some extra movement, and I'm going to go right here. And that'll end my turn.
Okay. Cerilia currently prone.
I will stand up and swing. Do it recklessly.
Okay, reckless. 24 will hit.
Nice.
Wounding him pretty badly.
And I will swing again recklessly.
$22 will hit. And wounding him again.
And we'll finish off with the Pam.
Pam will also hit. And that's enough to drop him. And you guys have multiple turns before it's his turn again. So we are going to X him out. He is done. We are out of combat. All right, folks.
Hey,
we
real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
One sec. I know we're late, but how many rounds are left so I can pop the healing on my 1 minute Aura of Vitality?
How many times have you used it so far? Twice, I think.
Yeah. No,
So-
three times.
So you'd
Yeah.
have 7 more to go.
So we'll just type it in. So I'm gonna do. I get 7 2d6s to give when we get back. How about that?
Yeah, that works. All right, so let's go ahead and take our break here. If you guys are okay with this, just because we kind of ran late, can we do a 10-minute break today? Is that good for everybody?
Yeah, that's fine.
That works.
All
Sure.
right, cool. See everybody back in 10.
See you in 10.
Welcome back, everybody. We're going to get you guys back onto the map. You guys are still exploring this magic map.
All right, guys. Everyone get around here. Let's get everyone healed up. Cerilia, you're first. Here you go. May Sarah bless you. 2d6 to you. I'll hit you again. The second one. Wow. You're resistant to my healing.
Yeah, I don't know about that god of yours.
Okay, my third one. Are you adding? Should I keep going, or you? I can't see if your health bar is increasing.
Sorry, I've been waiting for it to load.
Oh, okay. I'll hang out there.
All right. I mean, I'm not 100%, but I'm
So
good.
there's 13 to you. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. I got 4 more to give.
I could use them.
Yeah, I got you too. I see you, but let's get our tank up. So how many more you need?
If I'm doing the math right, I could take another 30.
Okay, you might get them all. Here's
Another
6.
29.
That's 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm not healing our new friend. Sorry.
Ouch, harsh.
Matt, you got them all.
Thank you.
Okay, cool. You're welcome.
All right, moments later, the creatures poof away.
Let's check the room.
I'm waiting
As
for
you
gold.
peek into the room tavern, you notice a pile of treasure in the center of the room. Let me reveal that, and then I'll also reveal the other things that you see there. Okay, so in this room, you notice that there is a simple fireplace against the northeast wall there, and you see a pile of corroded iron spikes in the northwest corner of the room.
I'm going to look into the fireplace, Adam, investigate that, because why not? What else can go wrong, you know?
Give me a blind check. You see some ash in here. No coals, though. It doesn't look like this has been on fire anytime recently.
I'm going to put my hand into the ash and I'm going to swish around, see if there's anything inside, like a key or anything.
Nothing that you find with that check.
Okay, cool.
Hold up. Where'd this hallway go?
I'm going to listen at this door.
Okay, blind check, Serena. You hear the very similar shrieking. You know the same creatures you just fought in this room are clearly in that other room.
You guys want to fight some more of them?
No, we need to find stairs. I feel like we stole something. I hope this really works.
No, there's another door.
Oh,
Rise.
we got to get through that big stone door, don't we? At the main room.
What does this door look like?
That is a simple wooden door.
Should I open it up, Tavern?
Yeah, hold on a second. Let me do something important. Yeah, go for it.
All right, as you opened the door, I saw it open for a moment there. I'm gonna move
No, I did that by accident.
move it back to open. You notice one of the creatures that you previously fought before. They look humanoid in nature. You can see that there are at least a few of them in this room. You see one turns and looks at you and like raises her bow, getting ready to fire, and then like narrows her eyes as she's watching you.
We got vampire snake things.
Let's bring him up here.
Can I? Do we roll initiative or can I shut the door?
Well, she's staring at you, kind of like seeing how you react. If you wish to shut the door, you can. Okay, you shut the door.
Let's get this big steel stone door open in the main floor. Let's find the stairs southwest. That's what I suggest.
They might have company. They know that I'm here. Let's see if they open the door. Does anybody have an arcane lock?
They didn't attack you immediately.
That's correct.
Interesting.
I think it took pity on me.
Perhaps there are some that can be your allies in this place.
Probably knows what we did to its friends.
Does somebody want to go chit chat with them?
Nope.
Nope. Trying to figure out how to open that door, that big stone door. Can you polymorph again, Saline? Hey, Saline, can you polymorph again?
Saline's muted, by the way.
Saline is now no longer muted. Yes, I could do that. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking the stairs are past that stone door that we can't open in the main room. And maybe just whoever was running the strongest CR rating you could get to force that door open is what we need.
Well, the strongest CR rating I can do already tried that and failed. Well, I guess not technically, but anything stronger won't be able to fit in that hallway either.
But out of character, I really want to win this thing and get out of here. I just think the stairs are on that big stone door. I could be wrong, but that's my guess.
I concur, but I don't believe it's openable.
Oh, I think everything's openable. But it's just a matter of, we'll just say the luck of the dice or something.
If Serena can't open it, it's not openable.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
There you go.
Nobody has a door that just can't be opened. I mean, why have a door, right?
Does thaumaturgy specify that it has to be... can you post that
Unlocked.
again? It wasn't locked, it was just stuck. I wonder if we could try that. That would be different than what we did.
That's true.
And Adam would allow a cantrip to solve this puzzle.
Oh my goodness, Gordon, you're learning.
Can I level up this cantrip?
Stuck stone door, level 4, polymorph couldn't do it. 2 characters known for their strength couldn't do it. Cantrip.
Look, I'm just going down the list of possibilities, okay? I
Right,
didn't say it was a good idea.
Fair enough.
No
fair
bad
enough.
ideas.
We have the
Past
key.
that thing.
That's true. I mean, we can't use it.
Go ahead.
We could try to use the key. The statute said it will open any door. It didn't specify that it had to be a locked door. So, but then if we're wrong and then we won't have it for later. Serena, what do you see down there?
Down my hallway here?
Yeah.
Oh,
Is there a way to go?
Yeah, there's a door, and then when I opened it, there was a bunch of the snake vampire ladies in there.
Oh, and that's the only way forward?
Yep. And then I shut the door, and I'm just sitting here waiting for them to come out and bother us, but they don't seem like they're interested.
So this room has a fireplace, right, Adam? And what's this other thing again, real quick?
That is a pile of corroded iron spikes.
Wow, that is so random. And Tavard, you already searched the fireplace, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure if I had both eyes open, but yeah, I was checking.
There's this door here.
I'm open for any door.
What's this door look like, Adam?
That is the same iron door that the ape tried to
Oh.
break open, and then the two strong characters tried to break it.
My map knowledge is horrible.
That's the one, Gordon. Keep
Hey,
up.
this is what I'm talking about. It's right here.
Why don't we try the key on this?
Yeah, I mean,
If it can't be opened, there's a reason for a key that is being used on doors that can't be opened.
Feels like a safety net in case we get stuck and trapped here forever. But yeah, I mean, we can.
yeah, give it to Serena and see if it'll work.
And if it doesn't work, at least we still have the key, unless it expends itself for no benefit. But that wouldn't be fair. So I will hand the key over to whoever is willing to open the door.
All right, I'll take the key. Stand back, guys, in case there's like a golem or something comes out of here. Adam, I'm going to listen through the door, just one more safety check kind of thing.
Blind check. You hear nothing.
I'm going to put the key up against the door.
You notice the key seems to vanish, and you see the door in front of you shakes just a little bit.
All right, I'm going to investigate the door just to make sure it's not trapped, and I know this is going to be a great roll, so, watch yourself. Don't laugh too much, Adam, when I roll 2 20s there on the other side.
You don't find any traps, Tavern.
Surprise, surprise. All right, guys, I'm opening the door.
Go, go, go.
The door now opens as though it was never stuck in the first place. Glancing in, you can see a balcony on the south side of the room with a short set of stairs that connects to the balcony. You also notice under the balcony is a stone dais and a throne. Oh, and sorry, there's also a bookcase on the west wall that you should be able to see there.
Hey,
Well, it worked.
Shane, I found you a bookcase.
How high is the ceiling and stuff?
The ceiling here is about 15 feet high.
And we want to go downstairs, not upstairs.
I think it was just any stairs. Hey, voice.
Well,
voice.
it doesn't.
Hello, voice.
It doesn't matter, he said, but it would be really obvious. So if we can see the top or the bottom, it's not the stairs we're looking for.
So these stairs are going up, and it goes to what's that circle thing again? Now that I've entered the room, Adam.
So this here is a balcony. These stairs ascend the balcony, right? So you could basically get up to here. This is a stone dais, and then underneath the balcony, you see a stone throne.
Anything religious on the dais as I look at it?
There's no symbology on the dais that you can see.
Are there books on the bookshelf?
There are a couple of books, yes.
That's the one on the west wall there.
Yes.
I will cautiously approach and look to see if it is trapped before indulging my curiosity.
All right, blind check. You don't detect any secret traps.
Okay. Can I make how many books are there? Can I make out any words on the covers or the spines to indicate
There are
what they are?
2. You can see the spines right now. There's no writing on the spines, but they're just one's kind of leaning right up against the other.
Okay. I will back off a bit and manipulate one with Mage Hand and see what happens.
Okay, the book does indeed slide out.
Okay, I will pull it over to me. Anything on the cover?
There's some writing, but it's pretty caked with dust.
I mage hand the book over to the floor, and then I will use the mage hand to wipe the dust off.
Okay, and this one has a title of How to Hide Things in Plain Sight.
I'll check the other book before deciding what to do with that one.
All right, as you do so, repeating the same process of wiping the dust off, this one says, Adventurers rarely check books.
Well, obviously that one is more intriguing because it's like a meta commentary. So,
And they've never played Elder Scrolls.
anyone wants to back off in case something explodes, I'm going to try opening this book to see if there's anything written inside it.
I'm good.
I'm going to go up here while that is happening.
I'm not
Okay.
scared.
And
I'm
I'm
afraid
going
of books.
Well,
look
you know,
down
there
at
was
my
a recent
people.
event.
Someone is.
So with the book still over here, I will open to the first page, I suppose.
And which book are you opening?
The Adventurers Rarely Check Books one.
Okay. Yeah, the first page opens.
Okay. Seeing nothing untoward's happen, I'll just like flip through it a couple times, still from the distance, not trying to read anything, just to make sure nothing bad pops out of it, like poison gas or anything.
Nothing seems to pop open, no.
All right. Satisfied, she will then mage hand it over to herself and begin to see if there's anything written on the pages in the books, starting
There
from the front.
is. Yeah, as you begin to just start briefly reading through this and you start to like kind of move through a couple of different pages, it seems to be a very in-depth, essentially complaint written by what you presume to be a crafter or builder of dungeons. And he goes on for at length talking about the number of adventurers and how dumb they are, not searching for things where they should, just blundering through different places and missing really obvious clues. He then goes through to list many examples of this, and then after listing each example, he puts in high, heavy notes right after, like, this is what they should have done. So think of this as a critique on adventurers.
Sure. Will I find any of the missed magical items that are in our current compendium in this book?
No, there's no magic items in the book.
I meant information on the magic items. The lantern, the ring, the staff. I see you.
No,
but if I don't,
there's none of those things.
I don't know. It feels a little targeted. So anyway, if I don't find anything of significance other than complaints, I will put the book back, and then I'll thumb through the other one through the same process.
Okay, yeah, and this one essentially goes on talking about many different areas that it's really a good idea to hide secret doors. It says behind bookshelves are really ideal because they can swing open very easily. You see another one talking about setting some type of obstruction or furniture in front of other areas where you're going to put secret doors, perhaps like daises or small tables, that sort of thing, because people really move them and search behind. And again, goes on in a long diatribe about all the really in the writer's mind, simple secret doors that people have missed over the years of his dungeons.
Man, this guy sounds like a real prick. He's very critical. He's very critical of the people who go through his dungeons. But on that note, he mentioned bookshelves and daises, and I see one of each of those in this room. So maybe we search those thoroughly.
All right, I'm gonna move the bookshelf, Adam.
The bookshelf slides easily, revealing a secret door behind it.
Ha! Good job. Books are the best.
This is why we read.
Yeah, I wonder if, in that fireplace with those weird, rusted metal or whatever, maybe we check there because it's so close.
The door does open to your thaumaturgy.
One more.
Is Tavern on the balcony or
Yes,
on
I'm
the?
speaking to my people.
You're casting
Then,
that again,
Serene-
Gordon? Sorry, one sec. Okay, you cast that
Yes.
again. That one opens as well. Yes, Tavern's on the top level. Serena, you're still on the bottom.
I'm gonna sit in the throne.
Okay, you take a seat in the throne. It's stone, so it's not particularly comfortable, but as you sit there and look at your companions, there's something nice feeling about this. Sitting in a throne, it's a little bit elevated, gives you a little bit of pep in your step.
What's behind it?
Behind the throne?
I don't know. Celine was talking about how there's secret stuff. Look, there's one behind a bookshelf.
I'll look behind the throne as I get up.
You swing around to the back of the throne looking there, and you see written in a fine handwriting, it says power.
It just says power back there.
Cool. There's the stairs. Find it, Serena.
Power. I'm a bit of a fan of power.
Check it out. Maybe it's made for a mage and not not a warrior.
Yeah, Derek will sit on the. I don't know how you want me to roleplay this guy. I don't want to do too much because it's not.
I think you're doing fine. Yeah, nothing strikes me as being way out of character so far.
So he'll sit in the throne.
Similar to what Serena has described, you definitely feel this a little bit of almost like joy, or maybe a little bit of, feeling a little bit superior sitting in a throne like this. But other than that, no issue.
All right. He'll say power out loud, see if anything happens. If nothing happens, he'll get up.
Nothing seems to happen.
Trying to level up Derek.
This is a hallway
Always.
back here, guys.
There we go. That's it. You smell stairs?
What does stairs smell like?
I don't know.
Victory.
You're not going to believe this, but there's another door.
No effing way.
All right. Let's make sure that's not trapped before I just pop doors. That was kind of reckless.
I see something. I'm too scared to move.
Uh-oh.
It might be a little bigger than me.
Give me a blind check, Serena. Yeah, you couldn't really tell what that was.
Do you guys want to go fight more things?
This is the direction of the southwest, right?
Usually
No.
a secret passage is a good sign. Did anything in that book say anything about this?
No, it was mostly just a lot of ranting about hard work going unrecognized and.
What is the door? Sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying, it was anything specific about this particular dungeon, except for the passive-aggressive comments about what things we should be looking behind. But it helped us, so that's something.
What does this door look like that I'm looking at?
A simple wooden door.
What, you saw something?
Yeah, so there's... I'm going to scoot back when I'm talking. There's a door, and then there's a hallway immediately to the left as you're standing in front of the door, and that leads into a room with something large in it.
Okay.
So south.
Yeah. Tavard, get up here.
I can't. Everybody's in the way.
Oh, you can squeeze by me. I'm happy to be farther back.
All right, as you're moving up just a little bit here, Gordon, you hear thought in your mind. It's like a picture that suddenly forms into words. And as you try to decipher it in your head, you realize it's saying, send that lady in here and let me eat her, and I'll let the rest of you go by.
Oh. So, hey, hold up.
What if we open the door at the end of the hall and then
Yeah,
we just...
so that's the way out. So this is the guardian of that door. So basically he's saying, let all of us go through, and you get eaten. And you don't really die, right? I mean, it's a chance.
Well, we don't know that. We're still looking for Blixel too. I'm loath to trust a faceless specter that can that told us that. And no offense, Lord Derek, but we just met you like 6 hours ago. There could be things about this map that you don't know, since you said you'd never been in here before. So,
Oh yes, I don't know everything about it, I assure you.
so I think we err on the side of caution and don't go sacrificing people in case this is not what we think.
The voice returns in your head, Gordon. Oh, that lady's so boring. Send her for and let me eat her.
Yeah, we're not surprising anyone, guys. Yeah, he's just things hearing us. Is that a wood? It's a simple wooden door. Okay. I could try to thaumaturgy it and see if there's a stairwell back there.
Yep.
All right, Adam, I'm gonna get within 30 feet, I think.
It opens.
I'm gonna run very fast
Okay.
through the door.
As you run very fast under these uneven flagstone floors, please throw me a dexterity saving throw. Yes, you can definitely see the floor. I'll give you this one. But unfortunately, that is not enough. So as you go running, you slip, fall, and smash your face right into the ground, cutting it into the uneven floor. You take 4 points of piercing damage, Serena.
Oh my god. Okay, just walk slowly through the door.
What do you see?
I assume I'm looking at a portcullis.
You are indeed.
Derek
Yes.
Derek gets the ick. She fell weird. Did you see that?
I was like sliding into home base.
So, I'm gonna try to respond to that guy in my head.
You think thoughts, but you realize you don't have a communication to that individual, or if you do, they're not answering.
Okay, I was wondering if I get words to return. I'll say, how do we get this portcullis? We just want to leave.
I hope this doesn't connect back to him, but I'll try lifting the portcullis like I did the other one.
I'll help you.
Okay, blind check. This is an iron portcullis, by the way. With a nat 20, you lift it up.
Oh, I guess I'll hold it up if people want to come through and look around.
With a nat 20, I don't think you have to.
Unfortunately, it will come back
Oh,
down if you
yeah.
let it go.
It's worth a try.
Dead end over here. Saline, can you see if you find something here?
Yeah, I'll go slow and try to keep an eye out for like pressure plates and stuff, as I'm doing so.
Okay, blind check. You slowly make your way to the end of the hall, looking for anything out of the ordinary or any pressure plates, but no, you don't find any.
I don't find any. If they're here, it's beyond my perception.
That door, just FYI, Tabard, that you're standing next to is a stone door.
All right, I know it's stone, but I'm going to listen through it because I'm feeling lucky. I hear 20s are being rolled around here like candy.
You hear silence.
Yeah, it obviously means absolutely nothing. Yep.
What do you see, Saline? Any secret door back there?
No, I didn't find anything.
Ugh.
Serena, are you still holding the iron portcullis open, or have you let it drop?
Still holding it open.
Throw me a Constitution saving throw as you're holding this iron portcullis up. All right, that passes for now.
Well, and after that, I will come back behind her. I won't go back through, but I want to look around and see if I can find the mechanism by which to open this portcullis.
Sure, yeah, throw me a blind check. You actually do. You notice on the side of the west wall here, right next to Serena, there is a small, plate that can slide open. And if you slide that open, there certainly is a winch inside.
All right, we can come back through that little by using that winch there.
All right,
So-
activate it.
I drop it.
All right, it slams down.
Okay, this door. Stone door.
All right, let me
Should we
check it.
try opening?
I'll
Yeah,
open it. It's stone, so I'll do it. Sounds like fun. Let me go ahead and see if it has any traps.
No, of course not, Tavern.
Oh, that's a good one. Hey, you guys may want to stand. Move those
Around the
tokens, bastards. Hey, Gordon, do you want to try to open it with your magic woo-hoo-hoo?
Yeah, I'll try. But believe me, you want me around so I can revivify your butt. Okay, I'm gonna thaumaturgy that.
The door does not open.
Adam, I'm gonna try to just I'm gonna try the handle.
Go ahead and try to open it. Door is locked.
Oh my golly, gonna make me put my weight into it. I'm gonna smash this thing open because it's what I do.
Okay, give
Sure,
me
you
an
want to help me?
athletics. All right, yeah, if you guys team up, you guys can have advantage on that.
Serena, want to help me smash another door?
Yep, here I am. Although,
With a
Stone.
double one on both sides, no, it doesn't move at all.
Hey, let me use that inspiration because I really don't want that.
All right, burn inspiration and then throw me another blind check. Unfortunately, that was not much better. That was a 2. No, the door does not open.
Even with advantage, they were both 2s.
Well, you had a 1 on the first roll, and then I gave you advantage, right? And then you rolled a 2 on the
yeah.
second roll.
Yeah. I want new. Let me relog in here. That your dice are broken. This one here is stuck.
So, and to clarify, that's actually a locked door, not stuck, meaning there is a keyhole.
Okay. Note to self: let's bring some tool picks next time.
Can we
No.
bash? Did you try to bash it open with your
No.
weapons?
What we need to do is move the dais. We moved the bookshelf. We need to go move the dais. It was in the book.
Oh, yes. Let's go try it.
Yeah, I'd like to. Let's open that portcullis up with the lever. We'll scoot by the BBEG that's taunting us. I'm gonna move the dais, Adam. If we can get there, I don't know.
For time's sake, I'll say you can make your way back to the dais. I'll go ahead and slide you over there. The rest of the team, are you following Gordon?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Is that a no, Serena?
Serena's gonna make sure that the rest of the party is able to just stroll right by that monster's hallway. And if they're able to, then she will, but she's not going first.
It doesn't seem to come after you, though you can't help but get a sense that it obviously knows you're there, and you can see tentacles moving as you move by, almost like it's taunting you in a way.
She's gonna walk quickly.
All right, you get back here. You try to move the dais, Gordon. No, it does not move. It seems to be pretty much fixed to the ground.
A little bit on the nose, but I'd hate for a book to mock us, tell us exactly what to do, and we don't do it.
What
We're
about
gonna
the
check out the
throne?
iron stuff.
You would like to try to move the throne, Derek?
Yes.
Pretty solid, again, made of stone, so as you try to shift it, it doesn't budge.
I'm gonna walk up here. Is there a different? Do I see something different in the room as I look around? Some perspective change or something?
You get the feeling that this would be an advantageous position to fight from, but no, nothing else.
Well, that monster is probably protecting the key, I would assume.
Maybe.
We just found a key last time. Like, we gotta search more in these places.
Or roll better.
That definitely helps.
Well, I don't think we've checked this door yet, have we?
Not the one up north. No.
Is it a normal door, Adam?
Let's see. That door is a good, well-built wooden door.
You guys ready?
Of course.
Well, let's listen at it first. Whoever's particularly perceptive.
I'm pretty good, but my roll. Well, I could be do some good rolls. Who knows?
All right, go ahead. Somebody listen to the door and check for traps.
I'll listen to it.
All right, blind check if you're listening. You don't hear anything, Serena.
I will come up and check for traps.
Okay, blind check. You do not detect any traps here, Saline. The door does not open, Gordon.
It's locked.
As you try to open the door, Serena, unfortunately, there was a trap on this door that Saline didn't find. Please give me a dexterity saving throw.
I don't believe it. Sorry, I had to highlight my... Do I get advantage on this?
You do, and that's good enough. So as you try to open the door, you notice this like bolt of electricity arcing off of the lock, and you pull your hand off quickly, and then it just seems to dissipate.
Sorry, Serena. Didn't see that.
I'm sure it was an honest mistake.
Your hair is all frizzy.
And did you open the door?
No, it's locked. You guys need to do your thing.
All right, let's bust this thing down. Do you want me to hammer time it, or do you want to just try to push it together?
I'll help.
All right, you go for it, and I'll help you.
All right, Serena, blind check as you guys try to bash it open. Yes, it does indeed bash open.
Who needs a lockpick when you have Serena?
Exactly. Is there anything on the ceiling?
Nothing that you see.
What's the... Oh. I think that was just a roll 20 thing, and now I left myself stuck again. Sorry.
Let me go ahead and move the door for you.
I'd like to play my card.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and play your card.
What is it? Find magic items because of the time slot?
All right, you have played the Nectar of the Gods card. So, in this room, you're going to notice in the center of the room, while this is like a rock floor, there's a little bit of a buildup of dirt here, almost like a dirt mound right in the center of the room. And sure enough, you can see in that dirt mound there is some mushrooms all about. They look absolutely appetizing.
Anybody hungry?
Starving. Let's go.
I would say have Celine check if they're edible, but you might get electrocuted.
The green card said it was edible.
Some was assuredly trapped, don't you think?
Well, I mean, I'll try to identify the mushrooms.
They don't look like any kind of mushrooms that you're familiar with, Saline. You feel like you should know these, but no, you don't.
I'm going to grab a mushroom and eat it just because.
Good call.
Okay, you restore 1d4 plus 1 HP and gain the benefits of a bless spell for 1 hour.
Oh, it's the same ones we found in the thing.
You feel better? Let me grab one. I want to grab
Oh,
one.
I would, you know.
Give me that, Tvert. I want to try it.
How many are there?
Enough for each of you to have one and probably a few extra.
I mean, one.
Yep.
What was it? 2D.
1d4 plus 1 and then bless for an hour.
Amazing.
You guys are twinsies. What's this door look like, Adam?
That is a simple wooden door.
Okay, I'm gonna pop it.
Well, say.
Okay, go
Yeah.
ahead. It's SOP. I know. Stick to the SOPs. Listen, search for traps, then I'll pop.
Get
Gotta be
electrocuted. You forgot that part.
Paperwork. All right, who's listening? There we go.
Serena, you hear nothing.
Pop it.
You find no trap, Saline.
Surely this time.
It opens.
Hey, we're getting pretty good at this, guys.
All right, I'm gonna actually look in here, see if I see anything up, down, whatever hiding.
Based on your passive perception, you do not. This
Hey,
is
guys,
a
I found-
large circular room tavern that seems unadorned and nothing special in it whatsoever.
I found something very odd in here. More doors. I'm gonna check down south just to see if maybe there is supposed to be a hidden door here that just is, well, I don't know, hidden.
Okay, blind check there, tavern. No hidden doors.
We're not really going the right way. We were trying to go southwest.
Or I could go south, though.
Unless the door to the west has a hallway that goes to the south.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, SOP on that one. What does that one look like? The one on the west, Adam.
That's a better crafted. One moment, Serena. That is a better crafted wooden door.
This is the door campaign.
All right, you should be good.
I can't defeat the doors.
We're going to the one on the west.
I'm gonna listen.
Okay, yep, blind check. You hear nothing. You detect no traps, Saline. It does open.
Is this a hallway? Oh, it is. Okay, we're dealing with a hallway. It's not going the direction you guys wanted to.
Short rest in here. End our session.
Left or right?
Left.
Whoa, there's a few doors in this hallway. Where is everybody?
I'm coming.
Are you sure we're not just going further away from the exit?
This one here goes south. We got a hallway going south.
As desired.
It's a long hallway. And I haven't died yet.
Be careful for boulder traps, Indiana Jones style.
Adam, I'm using my quarterstaff in front of me just to kind of tap, tap, tap.
All right, moving slowly. Gotcha.
Right, I'm going to hold up for the party members.
We're all here.
Present.
So we have this open area over here, and we've got another door.
And what's that across from the door?
Serena, that's a flight of stairs going down.
Dun dun dun.
Let's
Okay.
go.
You guys want to go for a walk? Go for a roll?
Well, what about Blixel? We don't know where he is.
Maybe he already found the door and couldn't come back to us.
He's over here, down these stairs.
Well, we might as well check him, right?
Yeah, might as well go downstairs. Maybe he's downstairs.
I don't know what else to do. It feels like we saw this whole dang place.
I'm going.
Well, before you go,
You will be leaving without the relic. If you leave
yeah.
now.
Now that we've found the way out, what if we keep exploring?
That's what I think too.
I don't want to metagame it and say that we're gonna find Blixel on the other side. I would not leave. Saline would not leave this place. Well, I guess what we could do, the shade guy, Andalin, said that if we called his name when we weren't in immediate danger, he could potentially answer questions. I wonder if he would answer what happened to our friend after he disappeared. That might give us a headway. It's a long shot. I don't think he's going to do it. But
Or maybe he'll tell us where the armor is.
now, now that we've found a potential way out, perhaps, yeah.
I don't want to get greedy. We got some pretty decent coin.
It's mostly
I'm more
copper.
concerned about my friend's life than the coin.
Oh, he's fine. Okay, talk to your friend. Do you just say his name?
I think so. If I remember correctly, from what he said, we just have to call out to him, and
Sweet.
yeah, I'll try to call out to Andalin from my recollection of what his instructions were to summon him to us.
Yeah, much like you suspect, as soon as you say his name by itself and no other words nearby it, moments later you see the shadows gather and form into that vaguely humanoid form. Hello there.
Hello. 2 questions, if I may. Those stairs around the corner, is that one of the ways out? And
It
number
is
2, what happened?
indeed.
Oh, that's excellent to hear. And am I able to ask you what became of our traveling companion, the dark-skinned elf that was with us?
Sure.
Is that
Oh, it was
information you're able
quite brutal. He had his brain pulled straight out of his skull and devoured.
Oh
That's
my god.
graphic.
Is he
Okay.
dead?
Well, in
Yeah,
here he's
hard to
dead,
survive
but
that.
he's out.
It's gonna be hard because it's just like a faceless, formless shape. But can I try to insight this thing's words to see if I think that it's being duplicitous about what happens when we die in here?
Sure, yeah, give me a blind check. No, you don't think he's being duplicitous, but because you rolled a nat 20, I will say you are pretty sure, based on his demeanor, that he's probably the person that wrote the books, right? He has this sort of same kind of like attitude about it.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. That was all I needed to know. And does anyone else want to ask questions before we dismiss our helpful guide here?
Yeah, where do we find the armor?
It's in one of the rooms here.
Which direction from here?
Well, it's away from here. It's not further west, I can tell you that much.
Is Blixel still in the map?
Oh no, once your skull is perforated and your brain pulled out, you go away.
It does sound fatal. But if
That
what we've
sounds
been told is
fatal, that's
true,
awesome.
if what we've been told is true, he'll be okay. He just can't rejoin us. So we have a decision to make here. Do we?
Well, he is dead forever in this world, but in your world, he will be there.
What do you mean, this world?
He can never come back here because he's dead.
Is this like like a different plane of existence from where we come from? Like what specifically is this map? This place that we found in the map? Are we inside a map, or did the map take us somewhere?
You are within a world within a world. The map is simply a device to see what is in that world.
I see. I think. Well, returning my question to the group, we have our way out. If we want to rejoin Blixel in the other world, in our world, it sounds like we'll be able to do that. We would be able to take the coin spoils that we secured so far, Or we could keep trying to press on and risk losing this money, but potentially find more and or this artifact. What do you guys want to do?
I think we should continue on. I mean, there's still, I mean, sure, we lost Blixel, and that's sad, but, you know, there's still 5 of us. I mean,
We got Derek.
what could go wrong?
Risk it all.
I'm happy to help for the knowledge alone of investigating this map more.
I'm gonna nudge him on the shoulder and spending more time with Serena.
Yes, and seeing Serena in action. It's been quite amazing. You are strong. Very strong. A little too strong, maybe, but I have to think about that.
All right. Well, guys, we're a little bit over time. It sounds like the group consensus is to continue on in the magic map next session.
That would be
I
my
feel a lot better now that we know where an exit is.
All right, I will acquiesce and agree. We'll search the treasure map some more.
All right, fair enough. So that's what we will assume is going to be the game plan for our next session. I'm going to do a rare award inspiration at the end of the session to Blixel here for playing Derek very well. I think you've done a great job RPing him. You're bringing him to life better than I did even, so great job.
Yeah, I was going to recommend that, actually. Yeah, I thought he did a great job.
Thank you.
Yep, that was good.
Hey,
All
Adam,
right,
I'm going to
yeah.
post in here, too, that bless for 1 hour, just so we don't forget it.
Yep, yeah, good idea. Yep, we'll keep that in mind.
I can't believe the bad luck of being teleported to I think the boss of the dungeon, but you know.
Yeah, I'll just say that was probably one of the worst numbers you possibly could have rolled.
Especially solo, you know?
Right, absolutely. Yeah, if Serena had failed as well, 2-on-1, I still don't think you guys would have won, but it definitely would have been different, you know. So, but yeah, we'll see what comes up next week, folks. So have a great night, everybody. We'll see y'all next week.
All right, good job, guys. See ya.
Hey, good week, folks. See ya.